This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, Davis Ford, First American National Bank, TM Realtor Agent Ricky Murphy, Max Home, the ICC Baptist Student Union, Cagle Eye Center, Bank Okolona, Sam's Town Market in Mantachie, State Farm Insurance Agent Brandon Poland, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association, and donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.
Welcome back to Fulton, ladies and gentlemen, for Game 2 of this doubleheader. The Indians, of course, took Game 1 5-2, and we're going to send you to the field now for the ceremonial first pitch for our pink out game.
Throwing out the first pitch of Game 2 is ICC softball player Rye Clemens, the daughter of breast cancer survivor Tina Hill of Eudora. Tina was diagnosed with breast cancer on March the 7th, 2022. But since then, she's completed treatment and currently in remission. Her motivation throughout her battle with breast cancer was this: she refused to leave her kids in the world without their mom. ICC salutes and celebrates with you breast cancer survivor Tina Hill. The first pitch is yours, Bri. First pitch is yours. Great job. Let's play ball. Thank you again. ICC salutes all breast cancer survivors.
And that was the first pitch for our annual Pink Out series here. Had one in the first game as well, and this one was represented by Bri Clemens, one of our players, as her mom was a breast cancer survivor. But now let's turn our attention to the ball game. Now, myself, Lee Adams, and Dr. Brad Boggs are in the ICC Alumni and Foundation broadcast booth here for Game 2. Of course, like I said, the Indians took Game 1, but here in Game 2, got a little bit different starting lineup there for the Indians. So, Dr. Boggs, if you have that in front of you, could you read off our Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineup for the Indians?
Yeah, the Indians, you got to lead off with number 8, Skate Thompson. She'll be playing second. Number 1, Samaday Jones will be in center. Number 24, Jesse Smith will be the designated player. Number 30, Riley Tyree will be behind the plate doing the catching duties today. Number 11, Julia Shaw will be at first. Number 4, Hannah Grace Gillian will be in right field. Number 18, Haley Abelson will be at third. Number 2, Bailey Ware, left field. Number 13, Allie Beckley at short. And in the circle today for the Indians, number 5, Hallie Turner.
Absolutely, and we will go through East Central starting lineup as they come to the plate here in Game 2. And this will be Stroud leading off the game as she did in Game 1. Now, of course, in Game 1, she did lead off the game with a base hit on the first pitch she saw. So let's look and see if she will be just as aggressive here to start Game 2 as Turner digs in and delivers the first pitch of the game. Across 4, strike number 1.
Yeah, Hallie Turner comes in the year. She's a freshman. She's had 9 appearances, 5 wins, 2 losses, 45 innings pitched, giving up 30 hits on 26 runs, 39 base on balls as she swings and fouls that one off for strike 2. 43 Ks for a 2.80 ERA.
Absolutely, and way ahead in the count here on Stroud is Turner. Stroud now is going to step back in. 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, not a bad pitch there. Just seemed she could get her to chase something, but now it's a 1-2 count. So clearly ahead here for Hallie Turner.
Turner looks in there to Tyree, who is catching again in Game 2. Delivers a 1-2 pitch, bounces to the plate to even the count up at 2-2.
You know, Lee, kudos, we don't say this enough, to old Kirk Sheffield and Keith and how they come out here in between games, baseball and softball, get everything ready for a great-looking game. And she swings through that one, got to throw down, gets her out. So Kay gets her out, gets Stroud out in the first at bat here, different from her first at bat in the first game. But again, kudos to grounds crew, field crew here, Kirk and Keith, for what they do for us each and every day.
Absolutely. Those guys are not only here in between games, they're there to the end to help make sure the field's in good shape when they leave. Now, Turner did strike out Stroud, therefore her first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the contest, as Phillips steps into the plate, into the box, and watches ball one. Now, Phillips, Brad, if you'll remember there in game two, when the Warriors were able to put up 2 runs in that inning, she started it with a great quality at bat, and I'm assuming somewhere around a 12 pitch at bat as well.
Yeah, it was, as Turner evens the count 1-1 right there. Great at bat, that last at bat that she had, which was a quality at bat, and you're right, ended up drawing the walk, which produced those 2 runs in that inning. Of course, ICC did end up winning that game 5-2.
There's a change-up that goes across for strike number 2.
Yeah, good-looking pitch right there, Lee. She took something off of it again, timing off. Of course, the first time we're seeing each other, this is your first rotation through, so everybody's going to learn everybody and what to throw and where they at.
Absolutely, 1-2 pitch here now on the way from Turner. And that, don't know where that one missed, but it apparently did by his strike zone, so it is a 2-2 count now to Phillips. And Turner looks to possibly get her second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. There's a swing. It's popped up out towards foul territory.
What a catch against the netting.
Who is on that?
Julia Shaw.
Julia Shaw comes across.
What a catch.
Makes the catch up against the netting there for the second out of the contest.
Yeah, great play over there by Julia. She never gave up on that ball and was able to get over there and make the catch on the netting at first base. So, again, get the first 2 hitters up for East Central, first 2 hitters down.
Now Villar will step in now. First pitch she sees is high and to the backstop for ball 1. Now Villar, as we mentioned in the first game, Meadow Villar, she is first in the conference with walks. She had 23 at the beginning of the day. Brett, I believe she had 1 in the first game as well.
She did.
And here is the 1-0 pitch from Turner to Villar. It is the low and inside for ball number 2. And with Villar, her patience at the plate showed there in the first game as well. We talked about with her power ability, as she does have 13, I believe, home runs. Yeah, 13 home runs on the year. So you got to be careful. And she is very dangerous at the plate there with a 2-0 pitch that is high and outside for ball 3. So I don't know if you're Turner here. It always begs the question: do you want to just go ahead and put her on, or do you want to try to bounce back and get the out?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're going to take strike 1. She's clearly taking all the way on 3-0. I'm going after her myself right now, but
it's like we have a dugout warning maybe to the
East Central.
To the East Central bench.
I don't know what I don't know.
Not certain what was said or hit or what, because if I'm not mistaken, there's certain rules about what you can and cannot have in the dugout. But either way, it appears there was a warning, but it is a 3-1 count here to Villar as Turner's trying to get out of this inning with only facing 3 batters. Three-one pitch here on the way from Turner. Low and in the dirt for ball 4.
Yeah, drew the walk there, so just as she did in her first at bat in the first game, drew a walk, and did the same here in the second game, and that does bring up Harkins.
And of course, Harkins had one of the RBI, or had an RBI in the first game, and to score one of the 2 runs for the Warriors. Turner delivers the first pitch. Swinging strike, a big swing there by Harkins, all for strike 1.
Yeah, good pitch right there, coming back there to battle back after walking Villar to battle back here and throw the first pitch strike. Ooh, good change up.
Change up, snap throw down to first, but not in time. I believe that was a ball. Yes, 1-1 count now.
Yeah, good change up. I don't see how, she didn't cut down on that one and swing. It was close to the zone, but there again, it wasn't in the zone, so good pitch. That one's out of the zone, high and out of the zone, so 2-1 count now.
2 outs here in the game with a runner at first, as East Central is trying to start a 2-out rally and try to take an early lead over the 18th ranked Indians. That one's across for strike 2 to even the count up at 2-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the first.
Two's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Little Deuces Wild action here as Turner gets the sign, steps, throws,
Good pitch.
and it is a dribbler down to third, but it is going to go foul to keep the at-bat alive.
Again, had the timing off right there through that changeup pitch right there. Out on her front foot. All she was able to do is get enough bat on that to foul it off. Good job on her end, though, to get a piece of it to stay alive.
Absolutely. That was a good pitch there by Turner as well. I know if it was me, I would have hurt my back missing that ball.
I'd still be laying on the ground.
That's right. 2-2 pitch there from Turner. It goes across
Great
on the outside
pitch.
corner for strike number 3. That is her second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. And that will end the first frame here with 1 run on off of a walk and no runs scored. So we will head to the bottom of the first, scoreless here in Fulton.
Leading off for the Lady Indians.
And welcome back to Fulton here as we head to the bottom of the first inning here. I apologize, got a little tongue-tied, but Sarah Kate Thompson now will lead off things here for the Indians, who improved to 24-10 this season and 11-6 in conference play with that 5-2 Game 1 win. Now Thompson digs in. She will be facing Collins, Emily Collins for East Central. First pitch is across for a strike. Now Collins has a little bit of an unorthodox wind-up there. It might have caught Skate a little by surprise there, but either way, it's across for strike 1.
Well, however, you got to get it done. You got to get it done. That one's popped out into the left field. Left fielder's going to camp under it and get the out. So out number 1. Collins does come in on the day. She's a freshman. Got 19 appearances on the year. She does have 5 wins, 3 losses, 2 saves, 2 complete games. 87 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 93 hits on 57 runs, 29 base on balls, 93 Ks. Great K to base on ball ratio there, Lee. 3.35 ERA.
Absolutely. Now Sammy Day Jones, ICC center fielder, digs in now. First pitch she sees is outside for a ball. And that puts Day Jones ahead in the count here. A little bit of a slower pace here in the first inning than it was in Game 1. Collins delivers. It's outside for ball 2.
Good eye there. Again, no reason to be overly aggressive at the plate. If you're the Indians, you're going to try to work to find a way. You want to strike first here. You know, anything, if you can get those runs across the board first, just as we did in Game 1, we'd love to do that same thing again in Game 2.
Absolutely. 2-0 pitch. Right down Broadway for strike number 1.
Collins is a out-of-stater, Lee, is what I'm reading here, from Fredericksburg, Virginia.
There's a bunt laid down the third base side for a foul.
So not just a short out-of-state distance, but all the way up in Virginia.
All the way on the East Coast over there.
Yeah.
So Virginia, just like a fellow Virginian in our dugout there, and Coach Hawkins.
That's right.
So now it's 2-2 pitch here on the way to Day Jones. Sammy watches that one for ball 3. Full count here with 1 out. And Collins takes her stroll back to the back of the circle. Looks on, gets the pitch she wants. Throws. Day Jones fouls it off back and over the East Central dugout on the third base side there.
Right now, if you're looking at baseball, NCAA, you got Kentucky and LSU knotted at 6 there in the top of the 8th. You got Vandy up on South Carolina 5-4 in the bottom of the 7th. And, yeah, down there in Starkville, Ole Miss is up on State 3-2, top of the 6th. That one is fouled back. And
there's a walk. She actually walked. It went off the catcher's mitt there.
My apologies. I was looking down at the scores here and trying to deliver scores because I did have one more. Clemson is beating Notre Dame 5-1 in top of the 5th inning.
So, and of course, all those score updates brought to you by Renaissance Bank. And Jessie Smith now steps into the box with Day Jones on first as she just drew that walk.
Yeah, great job of walking, getting on base there by Sammy Day Jones. Delivers a base runner for the Indians here in the first inning. You still got one out now, and like you said, you got Jessie Smith up to the plate to see if we can put the ball in play here and produce some runs for the Indians here in the first inning.
Absolutely. Now Collins looks in, gets the sign. Smith squares around the bunt, pulls back. Pitch appeared to be high, but it might have just been because she was squared around the bunt, and it's in there for strike one.
It appeared to be a little high, but there again, you're borderline, so you got to figure out this umpire's strike zone. You know, each umpire has their own strike zone, what they're going to call. As long as they're consistent, as we always say, you call it for both teams. You know it. When you get up to the bat, then you know what you got to swing at, Lee, and you know how you got to protect.
Absolutely. Now Smith asked for time, and it is granted by the home plate umpire. Smith now digs in, here's the pitch. Big swing on that pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, I mean, that's a ball, and we talked about that last game. We had some of our players going after that outside pitch that they're not going to hit, Lee, and so they're swinging the pitches outside the strike zone, and it should have been ball too.
Absolutely. Now 1-2 pitch is on the way from Collins. Smith has a changeup, I believe, and she fouled it off to stay alive down the first base line, and it might even sound like it went near the dugout as the barking from the dugout has erupted.
I don't know how she still got a piece of that one. She waited and waited and waited till the last minute to swing on that one as she possibly could, and just got a piece of it to foul it off. Still got a 1-2 count.
1-2 pitch now on the way outside, and Day Jones will swipe second base for her first steal of the game and of the day. That will bring the count to 2-2 on Smith. Umpire's going to clean off the plate there, make sure he can see it for this.
That will be
2-2 pitch.
Day Jones, if I'm not mistaken, unless I missed one in the first game. She may have had one, but 15 stolen bases.
That would be her 15th right there. She did not have one in the first game, so that's a good stat to add right there, especially in this situation. And there's a 2-2 pitch, and it was high, and she fouled it off to stay alive, and that pitch was very high, and to get a piece of that and foul it off was outstanding job there by Smith.
Yeah, and she took something off of that pitch.
But also should have been ball 3.
That's right.
But
again, she took something off that pitch. It was kind of a change-up style coming in there, so she took something off of it, had her timing off, out on her front foot. She was able to get a piece. Yes, that should have been ball 3.
And there's a swinging strike 3 for the second out of the game. Now, not a bad at-bat there by Smith. Forced the pitcher to throw a few more pitches, and didn't get the result. Smith didn't get the result she wanted, but either way, the runner did move up during the at-bat, so technically did her job either way.
Yeah, and that does help. You're right. Again, first time seeing this pitcher, first rotation through. Saw a lot of pitches right there, able to communicate. There's a lot of information. She can go back to the dugout now and pass on to her teammates from the many pitches that she saw.
Absolutely. And now this will be Riley Tyree stepping in. Watch us strike one there.
I mean, her changeup, it's like, she goes from, it's got to be a huge difference in speed, Lee.
Yeah, it is. It's throwing me off up here, and I don't have a bat.
It's doing me, too, the same way. That's why I'm grunting sometimes.
That's right. But now Tyree looks at watches the 0-1 pitch. It's high and outside for ball 1. Now, Tyree did have a big Davis Ford double there in the first game as part of that 5-run first inning. So hopefully we can get another double out over here.
Yeah, double right now. Obviously scores a run for the Indians, so that would be huge.
And the pitch on the way, high for ball 2. Now, Tyree does have 13 doubles on the season now. She entered the day tied for 6th with 12, so has to assume she's moving up the stat or the list there in the conference as we speak. And as the 2-1 pitch is on the way, swing, it's out towards right field.
Could be trouble. Nope.
And they were able to make the catch in right field to end the frame and the threat. The Indians do leave one runner in scoring position, but we're scoreless as we head to the bottom or to the top of the second, rather. And we'll be back with more here on the ICC Sports Network.
Want to make a good living? Come learn a skill at Max Home. Upholstery trainees start at $15.50 an hour. Our upholsterers average $23 an hour and can make above $28 an hour on production. We're also offering a $500 sign-on bonus to experienced upholsterers. Max Home is hiring for all positions and is willing to train quality people. Max Home makes all their custom-built products in the USA. Join the best, train with the best, be the best. Max Home, Bolton, Mississippi, and Max Home, Sulligent, Alabama.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
And welcome back inside the ICC Alumni and Foundation broadcast booth here in beautiful Fulton, Mississippi. Stepping in for the Warriors to lead off will be Pittman. Now, Taylor Pittman, she entered the day 5th in the conference with 19 walks. So yet another batter who is very patient there for East Central, as they are first in the conference. As they have coming in today, they had drawn 124 walks as a team.
Yeah, they're a patient team at the plate. They're going to make you throw strikes, Lee. Because that's ball 1 right there.
That's right. So, and that just plays into what we were just talking about there. They're a very patient team. You're going to have to throw strikes. They don't chase a lot. So Turner will have to be on top of her game here, as that pitch is high for ball 2.
Yeah, of course, got Pittman quickly ahead here, as you mentioned, 2-0 count. But, yeah, I mean, again, that's kudos to them, because, again, you're getting runners on base. And so if you walk, you got runners on base, you got a chance to drive them in.
Absolutely, and that pitch is in there for strike number 1. Turner trying to get back into the count here. 2-1 is the count to Pittman. Turner seems to be working a little bit faster than she did there in the first inning. That pitch is hit out towards the right side.
He's going to get out of play out there.
Going to be out of play, but it will bring the count to 2-2 on the foul ball.
Yeah, clouds have moved in a little bit more here. No threat of rain at this point, but more overcast than it was during the first game here. Still time to get out here to the park and join us here and watch this second game of the doubleheader here with the East Central Warriors.
Absolutely. Now 2-2 pitch here from Turner. Low for ball 3. Yeah, there's plenty of time. Go by Little Caesars, get you one of them delicious pizzas or some crazy bread, and come on out to the ballpark. Enjoy the rest of the game here with the Indians. Now there's the full count. Payoff pitch is high for ball 4 to Pittman. So that will bring up Dunbar with a runner at first base and nobody out.
Again, we're seeing the patience at the plate by East Central. They're drawing walks. That's, of course, the second walk of the game. We're in the second inning, but they have done that, and they have worked through that with their patience. That's what they work on. I'm sure that's what they work on at practice. They have a good eye. They watch the ball and as they're moving up, because she lays the bunt down. That will be a sack bunt. And I know you will have the sponsorship on that. I think that's by the BSU, right?
The sacrifice bunts are by the ICC Wesley Foundation, but the sacrifice flies are brought to you by the ICC
gave
BSU.
A free shout out to the BSU.
You did, and that is perfectly fine with us. As ICC BSU Director Brother Chris is up here in the ICC and Alumni Foundation broadcast booth with us on this wonderful day here in Fulton. Turner pitches. First pitch is outside for ball 1 to Ballou. Turner with the 1-0 pitch on the way. Swung on and back and over the ICC Alumni Foundation broadcast booth.
Yeah, fouled that one back quickly. Brings the count back to 1-1. It's even here. 1 out. East Central does have a runner now at second base, threatening here. So runner in scoring position for the Warriors.
Pitch on the way, and that is going to be low for ball 2.
Yeah, that release right there on that pitch, again, was not where it needed to be. She was trying to throw a changeup, looked like coming in there, off speed, some type release point at that for that pitch caused that to be a ball.
So 2-1 pitch now on the way from Turner. It's ripped down the third base line, but foul.
Yeah, luckily for the Indians right there, that one was foul. It was smoke down the past the third baseman down here. So had that one gone fair, it could have been trouble. Definitely would have scored a run.
Absolutely, and you'll notice out there Bailey Ware cheating a little bit more towards the line after that one. 2-2 pitch on the way. Be low for ball 3. Once again, that plate discipline coming into play here for the Warriors.
Yeah, most definitely runs the count to full.
Payoff pitch here. Swung on, fouled off of her foot there in the box. That's never a fun way to have a foul ball, but she stayed alive there. Keep the count full with 1 out and a runner at second.
Ballou was quickly, she was way out in front of that pitch and just was able to get a piece of it just to knock it down there and foul it off.
Payoff pitch once again here from Turner. Hit out to deep left field, but is foul. I thought for sure that one was gone, so much so that I tripped over my tongue about 4 times trying to tell you about it. But count remains full here for Ballou.
Yeah, it would have been out had it been fair, but there again it wasn't. So long strike again is all that was. So still count holds here at full.
So another good quality at-bat here by a Warrior batter. Turner, 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. They check it over to the other umpire, but he was not in position. That's a hard one. You can check it all day, but he's not going to be able to make that call.
No, it's not. And similar to in baseball, when they do that, and you got a left-handed hitter up, and you got the umpire down the first baseline, they're going to check his swing.
That's
and
right.
So you go out there and see if you can check it. And
that's one of those. I don't mind them checking it, but that's one of those in that case. If he saw it and he went through, the home plate umpire should have saw it too. Now Turner's first pitch to Bryan is outside. Now Reagan Bryan, like she is a freshman from Meridian, hitting in the 8-hole here for the Warriors as they are looking to break this scoreless game here in the second. And there's a ball hit out and out of play.
Yeah, that was fouled back. Of course, evens the count here at 1-1. East Central got a good opportunity here. 1 out. Runners at first and second. The double play ball, though, is back into effect for the Indians. Should they get that opportunity with a good ground ball here in the infield.
Turner delivers a big, healthy swing, but it gets past her for strike number 2.
Yeah, she waved through that one. Didn't have a chance to catch up with that. So good pitch right there on Bryan, and that runs the count to 1-2.
The 1-2 pitch here on the way from Turner, and there's another. She tipped it, but it went into the glove for strike number 3.
Good job there by Turner to come back to get that. Again, you've got runners at first and second. You are at the bottom of the lineup here, but excellent job on her end to come back and battle back and get that big out number 2. Now you got 2 outs, and then you still have runners at first and second with Shows up.
Absolutely, and that was Turner's 3rd Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. She struck out 2 in the opening inning there, but Shows fouls one off for strike number 1.
As mentioned in the first game, Shows is a slap hitter. That's from the left-hand side of the plate, kind of a slap hitter. So you got your Alberson kind of creeping in there at third a little bit to as she waves at that one for strike 2. And Turner is quickly up 0-2 here. You'd like to see her get the exit right here, Lee.
Absolutely. If Turner going to try her best to not only get her 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout, but also leave those 2 base runners on base and keep this game scoreless. 0-2 pitch now on the way from Turner, and it is high and outside. The runner will take third as the ball popped out of Tyree's glove. Well, both runners advance, so now you have 2 runners in scoring position, so a really dangerous situation here for the Indians, as the Warriors are definitely threatening here with 2 outs and a 1-2 count on Show's, the 9-hole hitter.
That's a tough pass ball there by Riley Tyree, so just kind of dropped that ball and it allowed the runners to advance.
1-2 pitch, low for ball 2. Count is now at 2-2.
Not a bad pitch there, not bad. Again, she's Showers is stepping out there, and she'll swing at a couple of bad ones every now and then. We've seen her do that the first game. We've seen her do it a while ago here. So not a bad pitch there, just couldn't get her to chase.
2-2 pitch on the way, high and inside. Take the count full here, and a walk is the last thing the Indians need here in this situation.
Yeah, you don't want to load the bases here. I mean, even though, because that's going to take it back to the top of the lineup, and you've got a base open. I get it. You can put her somewhere. Don't want to walk here. You want to get the out.
Absolutely payoff pitch here.
Got her.
Swinging strike 3, and that is her 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game, and leaves 2 runners on base to end the inning and keep the game scoreless as we head to the middle of the 2nd inning. And once again, we're tied at 0, and we'll be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ankle sprains are one of the most common sports injuries, with an estimated 25,000 occurring every day in the United States. Sprains can happen with any sport, including just walking across the yard. Ankle sprains are most common in ball sports such as basketball, soccer, volleyball, and others. As with any injury, your body quickly sends blood to start healing the process, which leads to the swelling. Rest, ice, compression, elevation, known as RICE, is a good way to treat an ankle sprain. This decreases the swelling, lessens your pain, and allows your body to heal the injury. Studies have shown that the sooner you return to activity, the better and typically the faster you will recover. Depending on the amount of injury to the ligaments, it may be days, weeks, or even months to return to high-intensity sports. Sometimes recovery may be slow, but if it gets better day by day or week by week, you are on the right path. If the ankle seems to stop improving and you just can't get back to your activities, then it's time to come see us at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Remember, our story is you.
And welcome back to Fulton here. We are scoreless as we move to the bottom of the 2nd, and Julia Shaw steps in to lead things off here for the Indians. And unless I'm mistaken, she had 1 at bat and a pinch hit scenario last game rather.
She did.
And hit a ball out to left field that looked like it might get down, but unfortunately for the Indians, left fielder came in, made a good play on it, and then doubled off the runner who did not get back to second and tied. First pitch is across for strike 1 there to Shaw. So the Indians in that last game had a couple of those unorthodox double plays go against them, so have to tip your hat to the Warriors for making those as well. Pitch is outside for ball number 1 there to Shaw.
Yeah, you tip your hat to them, and you do because they're making the play to get the out. But also, if you're Coach Ernest, you're just gritting your teeth because some base running blunders, and that's not what you want.
Absolutely.
Those little things add up. Lee, as my old baseball coach used to tell me, those little things add up to big things.
Absolutely, they always have, and they always will in this sport. Collins takes her stroll about halfway back to second base. Comes in, gets set. Shaw digs in, looks for the 2-1 pitch.
Good pitch.
Good pitch.
Good movement on it.
On that outside corner to take the count to 2-2. That's going to be a tough pit to pitch for any of our right-handed hitters if she can locate that all day.
I think that one had enough movement on it that it may have just crossed that front part of the plate there, Lee. I'm not certain, but I mean, it was close either way.
Looks like she came back with a similar pitch, just a little bit higher and more outside there to take the count full. So both teams, we talked, last top of the inning, we were talking about East Central having good plate discipline. Seen several full counts already in this game as we're only in the bottom of the 2nd.
Yeah, it's patience, and you got to see pitches. Again, ICC still on their first rotation through as she fouls that one off down into back behind us here. But we're on our first rotation through. here in the second inning, bottom of the second. So you got to see a lot of pitches. If you can see a lot of pitches, then you're forcing Collins to throw more pitches, as well as you're educating yourself and your teammates more on what you're going to see and face when you get to the plate.
Absolutely. Payoff pitch here to Shaw. Swing and a miss for strikeout and out number 1 here in the bottom of the second. Now Hannah Grace Gillian will step up here and try to find the Indians' first hit here in the contest, as neither team actually has put a scratched one across in the hit column just yet early in this game.
Now, if you'll remember, Lee, when I gave out statistics on Collins at the beginning of the game, I talked about how she has a heck of a difference in her K and base on ball ratio. 93 Ks to start the game, pumps her up to 95 right there as that ball is fouled out of play. But 93 Ks, 95 now to 29 base on balls, which she did add one of those to the game, so you're looking at 30. So, again, she can strike some people out.
Absolutely. She is not a pitcher to be taken lightly in this league at all, because this league is tough, top to bottom pretty much, and if you can get that many strikeouts in a season, you're doing something right in the circle. So there's the 0-1 pitch, goes high for ball number 1. And with her having 95, she's not just too awful far behind Emily Robinson, who got the win in game number 1.
That's exactly
so now, sadly, they're all playing catch up to the pitcher from Pearl River, who I think started today with 175 on the year. But that just shows, too, this league is good, not just offensively, but in the circle and defensively as well. And when that region tournament rolls around in a few weeks, that is going to be some big-time softball being played wherever it is hosted, as that is to be determined.
Sure, and it will. It always is. It's a good tournament to catch if you can get there. Is that when the ball is
Ball's lifted out high to right field and gone. That is a solo home run for Hannah Grace Gillian. That will put the Indians on the board with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, Indian strike first. That was big, and I was actually going to say a minute ago, Hannah Grace had a good first game. She had 2 singles, 1 RBI in the first game, and now she's coming in. She's got a hot bat right now for the Indians, and she grabs that home run, and she gets another RBI on the day. Indians quickly up here now in the bottom of the second. We're up 1-0, and there's a circle visit out there for the East Central coach coming out to talk to Collins. And I say circle visit. They're actually standing outside the circle, but, hey, you still call it a circle visit. So,
yeah. Maybe they're just wanting to enjoy Haley Alberson's walkout song a little bit longer as well. But that ball going back to Gillian, that was absolute no doubter right towards the scoreboard out there in left field. And, the girl coming up to bat, Alberson, she had one of those earlier in the day in the first game. So that is a big-time hit there for Gillian to give the Indians an early 1-0 lead and also record the Indians' first hit of the contest.
There's no activity in a bullpen for East Central, but that was a long discussion out there between the coach and the pitcher, Collins, out there. So umpire had to go out there and say, all right, here we go, we've got to move on. So here we are, like you say, with Alberson up at the plate. Alberson did have a home run and a walk in the first game, 3 RBIs, because that one's fouled back here behind us.
Now, Hannah Grace, was that her first home run of the season, or did I miss one throughout the year?
I can tell you in just a minute. That was her first home run of the season.
Well, congratulations there to her for getting that first long ball of the season, and hopefully it will not be the last. But now Alberson, I guess she half-heartedly swung at the 0-1 pitch and to take it to an 0-2 count here.
Yeah. Again, way out on the front foot right there, Lee. Timing's off. Timing was off. Way out on her front foot. Was trying to swing. She needed to hold up because of that pitch, but could not hold up and went all the way through. Out in front again right there, but just able to get a piece of that to keep the count at 0-2.
Definitely got a piece of it. It appeared it went off the very end of the barrel there. So because normally it makes a little bit different sound than what just came off of that bat there. But either way, Alberson trying to keep this, not just this inning, but her at bat alive though, as there's one out in the 0-2 count.
No, and she's out in front. Now, if I'm Collins right now, I'm pumping a fastball out of the strike zone somewhere.
Absolutely.
And she did.
She did. Sure did. Brad, if this don't work out for you, you can go be a pitching coach somewhere.
She did that, and of course Albertson did go around and swing, but she was able to get a piece of it to stay in there and hang in there. So good at bat brewing here. Hopefully, got to hang in there if you're Albertson and continue to battle. The guessing game will probably start now.
That one was high. The catcher tried to climb the ladder to make the catch, but just a little too high too, and that will take it to a 1-2 count as Albertson is trying to battle back here after falling behind 0-2 in the count.
Yeah, like I say, the guessing game, of course, Albertson, if you're up there, you're like, all right, what am I going to see here? Am I going to see that fastball? Am I going to see that changeup? She saw that fastball, able to make a piece of it. The pitcher did bobble it. That's an error, Lee, and we're safe at first.
That will be an error, as you've heard of a double pump, but she just tried to double pick it up and just couldn't get it to stay in her glove, and that will put Albertson on an error there in the circle. But it does also set up a possible double play here for East Central.
Yeah, so right now, of course, like you say, you got a runner at first, got one out due to the error, and you got Bailey Ware up, the left-handed slap hitter coming up here. And, of course, you got your first and third creeping in. She does slap that one out over the third base dugout foul.
Now, Ware is her first, of course, in the 8-hole, the first time she's seen Collins today, but should have plenty of information as we've had several challenging and battling at bats so far early in this contest. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss to take the count to 0-2.
Yeah, that was a good opportunity right there. That's an opportunity missed right there. That was the pitch that she needed, that she should have been looking for to slap for a hit. Now she's down 0-2.
Collins comes set. Delivers a 0-2 pitch here to Ware. Just a bit outside for ball one.
Yeah, I didn't expect anything to be close right there. Going to try to get her to slap, get and see if she can get her swinging at something right there because, right now when you get up 0-2, and of course it's 1-2 now, but when you get up 0-2, there's no reason. You're going to see if she's still guessing.
Absolutely, and that one is high, though, for ball two.
Good eye there.
As Ware has had good plate discipline here after falling behind 0-2 to even the count at 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2 count. So, again, sitting there, if you're thinking, if you're Ware, you got to wonder what she's going to throw. Goes outside.
So, full count now. Good at-bat here for Ware after falling behind 0-2.
Yeah, I like the discipline and what we're seeing here. Even though they're getting down 0-2 early, or and working the count, whatever, they're working back to full. So I like that. And again, seeing a lot of pitches.
Fouls went off. Coach Ernest boots that one, but on purpose. So no error on the coach over there. She's throwing it back in a old school throwback hat that, Brad, it just says Wamba on it. I've never seen that one before, so I don't believe the bookstore's going to be bringing that one back anytime soon. But Ware's now got a 3-2 count here from Collins. Swing goes out towards short. Shortstop fills it over, throws it to second. And they call her out, but it looked a lot close. It looked like Albertson got in there to beat the throw, but either way, Ware will reach on a fielder's choice as Albertson is thrown out at second.
Yeah, you're right. That was extremely close there. I was kind of shocked with it being that close that they were going to try to throw her out at second. I thought they'd go to first with it, but they didn't, and they did get the lead runner out. So kudos to them. 2 outs now in the inning, but you do still have a runner at first and Beckley up.
Absolutely. Beckley steps in now, waiting her first pitch from Collins. Ball's low and outside for ball one to Beckley.
Beckley grounded out a couple of times in the last game, and last at bat, of course, she would have batted had we needed to go to the plate in the 7th inning, and she did not. So had a couple of ground outs in the first game.
Second pitch outside, and now with these left-handers up now, with of course our 8, 9, 1, and 2 all being hitting from the left-hand side of the plate. Wonder if that's going to play a role in Collins and how she pitches to him, of course, being a right-handed pitcher, and might not be able to get that, what would be the outside corner on the right-handed hitters to go. That ball is bunted down the line, and they're going to pick it up foul. Take the count to 2-1.
Not a bad idea there. If that is just a little bit more to the right there of that foul line and that thing dies down there, which it very well could have, you're talking about runners at first and second with 2 outs.
Absolutely. So Beckley here with a big opportunity to keep this inning alive. Headed in the count 2-1. Beckley digs in. Collins leans back, throws. Pitches high.
Yeah, she was held up good. I thought she was fixing to try to go after that high pitch. Again, in the slap hit style there, I thought she'd already turned her shoulders but held that bat back. So good job there on her end. Run the count to 3-1.
Absolutely now. 3-1 is the count. Collins reaches back, delivers. That ball is outside for ball 4, and that will put runners at first and second as the Indians go back to the top of the lineup as Sarah Kate Thompson will step up. And she flew out to left in her first at-bat of this game, but, of course, has the potential to do some damage here if she can find a gap.
Yeah, we're talking about East Central at the plate and their patience. I mean, right now the Indians are showing some good patience at the plate, too, and getting walks and drawing walks. So good job there as Sarah Kate squares to try to slap that bunt down and did not. So takes strike 1.
Absolutely. Now, this is a dangerous situation, too, for the Warriors because not only do you have speed at the plate, you've got speed on the bases.
Got a ton of speed.
A hit or a bunt could, if you might have to rush thing, might force an error as the 0-1 pitch is outside for ball 1 to Thompson.
Yeah, trying to work that outside part of the plate there, not able to draw the call right there. Collins wasn't, so that runs the count to 1-1. Back to even here.
Skate showing bunt, pulls back, slaps one out towards third. Third baseman fields it cleanly and throws it over to Strand. 2 runners on base. But the Indians do get a run off Hannah Grace Gilead's solo home run and lead 1-0 after 2 complete here in Fulton. We will be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
When I think of ICC, I think about home.
The moment I stepped on campus, I knew it was a perfect fit.
It helped me find my true self.
It has opened doors for me that I didn't even know existed.
Everyone here wants you to succeed.
I was able to get involved here and make a real difference.
I've met my closest friends here.
There's something for everyone to be involved with.
I've gained skills to succeed in the workforce.
It's been the best experience.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
And welcome back to Fulton as we move to the top of the third. ICC leads it 1-0. And as you heard there with Brother Chris over the PA, East Central is back to the top of the lineup with Stroud stepping in. She was a strikeout victim in her first at bat today, but as we saw in that first game, she does have the ability to hit the ball very hard. Waiting on the first pitch here from Turn. Just comes set. Ball high for ball 1.
You know, the Rays started out the season hot, 13-0. Tried to break that record, lost yesterday, and turned around and lost again today. So Blue Jays beat them again today, 5-2.
As Stroud swings at strike 1 there.
But the Pirates did beat the Cardinals 6-3. The Pirates won.
Well,
they don't win often.
That makes me and Adam Gore happy. He's a Pirates fan, and I'm a Cubs fan, so anytime the Cardinals lose, I'm a happy guy. Either way, there's a pop-up in the infield. It's going to fall, and it's going to fall for a base hit.
Yeah, tough play right there. The catcher to go out and try to make that play. It's right out there just in front of the batter's box, and it's tough to bounce out there if you can't turn your back and make that play. And so the pitcher wasn't able to get to the ball either. So you're right. Leadoff batter of the inning gets on base.
And that will bring up Sydney Phillips with nobody out and one runner on. Turner looks on, delivers.
Whoa.
Ball high into the backstop, and that will allow Stroud to move up on the wild pitch. So Indians have, mistakes kind of a mistake last game helped keep the inning alive and let them score 2 runs. So the Indians need to limit these mistakes so they don't have the same thing happen here in game 2.
Yeah, no outs. Now you've moved a runner up into scoring position. You had a 1-0 lead coming into the top of the third, and you don't want to make those critical errors to help them get a run across as she squares to bunt and pulls back, and that will be ball 2. So they're probably, it looks like they're going to try to bunt her over maybe and get that bunt and move the runner over to third. Potentially, we'll see what happens here if she drops down again.
All right, Shaw on the right side playing a little bit closer than normal there at first base, looks like, in anticipation of that, but they did not square around. It's 3-0 now. You definitely going to see a red light and not see a bunt opportunity as they're going to try to put runners on first and second without swinging the bat. And that one is ball. So the 4-pitch walk does put runners on first and second here for the Warriors.
Yeah, again, a good patience there by the Warriors to draw the walk. It's going to draw a circle visit there for Coach Ernest.
Absolutely, and if you're the Indians here, this is definitely not who you want coming to the plate with no outs and 2 runners on, as Villar could come in and do some damage real quick. Coach Ernest out there, I'm sure, just kind of settling down the team, getting everybody on the same page, and try to figure out a way to get out of this unscathed. But now we will look ahead to next week real quick. On Tuesday of next week, East Central will travel to Pearl River for a doubleheader, and the Indians will be on the road at Mississippi Delta for a conference doubleheader where they will face former Indian and NJCAA All-American and pretty much holds the record for every pitching record here at ICC, Olivia Byrne, as she is the head coach of the Trojans now. So it will be good to see her out there. Now our next broadcast, of course, will be next Tuesday as Mississippi Delta Baseball visits Fulton for a 3 p.m. start of Game 1 of that doubleheader. That ball's fouled back for strike 1, so Meadow Villar coming out swinging there, trying to make something happen quick here for the Warriors in the top of the third as they trail 1-0.
Yeah, you got to battle back if you're Turner here, and you got to throw strikes or get the ball run strike zone here, get folks swinging. Can't give those free passes as that's ball 1 right there.
Absolutely, Brad. Now, the speed of this game is anybody who's ever came to a doubleheader, they are always night and day difference, and this one's a little bit more methodically and slower than the first, but that ball hits her, and that is a painful way to get on base.
Yeah, that hit her in that lead arm there as far as batter, the left wrist, forearm area, and popped her pretty good. And so they're going to take a look at her here, and that could be one of those Orthopedic Institute injury timeouts, Lee.
That is absolutely correct. You beat me to the punch on that one. So we will take an Orthopedic Institute – well, maybe not. We're not going to take a break, doesn't look like, but she does, as Villar does, walk it off to first base. But, of course, all injury timeouts are brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. I know they do a great job. They've helped me out before, and they just do an outstanding job for our student athletes as well when needed.
Yeah, now you got the bases juiced here. Of course, they're still our trainer is still taking a look at her down there, Nikki. But you got the bases juiced here for the Indians. For the Warriors. There are no outs. Bases loaded with their cleanup hitter coming to the plate in Harkins.
Yeah, and Harkins did have an RBI single in the first game, I believe. And I know the Warrior fans watching and the ones here in attendance today are hoping she gets another one today.
Yeah, Harkins comes into the day, Lee, with 38. Came into the day with 38 RBIs. Leads the team in RBIs. No, I lied. I'm sorry. Villar does. She's second on the team in RBIs.
As that one comes in, catches that inside corner for a strike. Well, as we said earlier, nobody hits in the cleanup hole without reason. So she watches that one. Must have been a little high for ball one. So big moment here for the Warriors and the Indians as they're battling here in the top of the third. Ball hit out towards short, and Beckley makes the diving stop and throws over to Albertson for an out, but a run does come across to tie the game.
Yeah, great play over there, though, by Beckley. I mean, she had made a diving stop over there to prevent that ball from getting to the outfield and basically eliminated multiple runs from being scored. Excellent job. She did get the run right at third. There's no way she could have popped up, Lee, and probably got that out at home. She got the close out. Excellent defensive play right there by Beckley.
Absolutely. Now the runners are at first and second. And that ball goes to the backstop on a wild pitch.
That's not what you need. I mean, and I know you know that. And that's going to bring a visit with Coach Ernest. And we're fixing to have
we're going to have a pitching change there. And that will be Haley Albertson taking over in the circle. Well, while they figure that out and we check in to find out what all of the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works changes are, we will come back right after this and update you on all those, and we'll be back with more here on the Network.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back inside the ICC Alumni Foundation broadcast booth. Haley Albertson now takes over in the circle for the Indians, and her and Turner appear to just have switched places. Turner now is at third base, and all those substitutions, of course, brought to you by Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works. I apologize. Lost my place on the paper. As that ball is across, or that pitch is across for strike number one. So Albertson comes in, gets the count even. There's a strike on the outside corner. Albertson's coming in and doesn't appear to be playing any games here.
Now, 1-2 count, of course, again, first time they've seen Albertson. So runners at second and third, one out. Couldn't get her to chase that outside pitch. Not a bad pitch right there with a 1-2 count. Runs the count to 2-2. Albertson does come in today. She's sophomore, 12 appearances on the year. 3 wins, no losses, 34 in the third innings pitched, 34 hits given up on 12 base on balls, 34 Ks, 3.06 ERA as she draws the Renaissance Bank strikeout right there, Lee, and that's big. 2 outs.
That is a big strikeout for Haley Albertson as she comes in and just takes care of business on that first batter. Came in with a 1-0 count, but was able to pick up the strikeout, her first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game.
She's pumping it in there right now, Lee.
She sure is, as Dunbar watches strike one there to start the at-bat here with 2 outs and runners at second and third. That pitch is low for a ball.
Yeah, not low for a ball. Not a bad pitch there either, though. So kind of a new life here, hopefully, from Albertson, and be big to get us out of this inning.
Albertson delivers a strike 2 right there. She's coming right at him and bringing the heat with her.
Yeah, she's challenging him. Say, come on, hit it. You know, I mean, and that's what you got to do. We can't afford to have any more walks. The base on balls, we got to do away with that. Hit this is what she's saying.
And that's that one.
Foul.
That one had enough backspin on it to go back foul. And what a heads-up play there by Tyree. Instead of coming up and trying to grab it and make a pretty difficult throw to first base, just let it go foul and let's do it again.
Nah, I agree with you. I think that was the right move right there. Let that ball go back, like I said, with the bounce backspin on it, go foul, and live to see another day. You could easily have a error throw right down there, and you could score multiple runs off that if she had tried to field that. So good job.
Absolutely. Now Albertson delivers the 1-2 pitch. Fouled back into the living room there for those watching at home.
Yeah, got her guessing up there at the plate. Got Dunbar guessing. So right now you're ahead in the count. Still 1-2. Great pitch there, kind of on the outside on the outer half, and got her swinging.
1-2 pitch from Alberson, hit out towards right field, and it's going to be out of play. So Dunbar battling up there as the Warriors have done all day.
Yeah, and they will. They definitely battled. They're tough outs.
Hit out towards foul territory on the third base side, just out of the reach of Turner, not able to get over there, and the count remained 1-2. And Dunbar will stay in there, try to deliver a hit and some runs for the Warriors, while Alberson's trying to get out of this with minimal damage and keep this game tied at 1, if I would put it on the scoreboard. That ball's hit hard down the left field line past third baseman. That's going to score 2 for the Warriors. Dunbar trying to take second. Turner throws over, throws it into right field, but not far enough to advance the runner as Gillian is there to back up the throw.
Yeah, good job by Hannah Grace Gillian out there to be heads-up play out there to be backing up that throw, and that prevented Dunbar from advancing from second to third. So that's a double right there with 2 RBIs by Dunbar.
Absolutely. That is a Davis Ford double there for Dunbar. Now Bo Lee does step in. She has a walk in the game and now has a runner at second base with a chance to extend the lead for the Warriors. But there is strike 1 from Alberson.
Dunbar did a good job of turning on that pitch. It was kind of on the inside inner half of the plate right there. Got the big part of the bat out there, turned on it, painted it down the third base line down there, the foul line there, and was able to get a double out of it. So good job by Dunbar as that's ball 1. Count goes even 1-1.
And Dunbar, that ball was hit very well and very quickly down that third base line. It came screaming towards the hot corner. And unfortunately for the Indians, but for the Warriors fans watching, that was something big for you.
Good
now,
pitch.
That is a strike on the inside corner, an excellent pitch there by Alberson as the count goes to 1-2.
Yeah, great placement right there. Again, coming back on the inside after you kind of was on the outside part, now coming back on the inside. So that's kind of what the pitch right there was that Dunbar drove right there to left field. That one's going to get down to Lee, and that's a gapper.
That is a gapper. That's going to be another double there for the Warriors. That's going to allow Dunbar to score. She's
through.
trying to stretch it around to a triple, and the throw comes in. It is mishandled there at third, but they are able to keep her at third base. And that is a triple for Baloo, and an RBI to extend the lead to 4-1 for the Warriors here in the top of the third with 2 outs. So the Warriors have taken advantage of their opportunities here to take the lead and extend it out to a 3-run advantage right now with 2 outs.
Yeah, it goes back to, in my opinion, some of the things. Of course, the Indians going to have some activity in the bullpen right now. Going back to missed, those mistakes, missed opportunities there where as that one is lifted to, that's going to be another base hit. It's going to be a line shot over the shortstop, over Beckley's head out there. That's going to score another run, and so that'll be an RBI for Bryan.
That will be an RBI, and as they say, hitting is contagious, and it is definitely the case for the Warriors now as they have put up a 5 spot here in the top of the third and on 4 hits at that. So Indians looking to stop the bleeding here as there are 2 outs with a runner at first and trailing by 4 right now. Pitch inside, still attempt, and is in there safely is Bryan. So another runner in scoring position and another chance for the Warriors to do something big here.
Yeah, great job, great intensity, and great aggressiveness by the East Central Warriors to move that runner up to second there. You've got a 5-1 lead. Why not go ahead and see if you can get her moved up, get her on second, and anything down in the outfield scores another run as that was fouled back.
Fouled back to make it 1-1. Alberson still coming right at them and trying to get out of this inning for the Indians and get back in and get the sticks going and try to tie this thing up. But 1-1 count here. Looks in, gets the call, gets pitch he wants, throws it. Fastball into the dugout. Some fancy footwork over there by the coaching staff and players for the Warriors.
Yeah, kind of slapped that one. Pretty much foul right there, but it did go into the Warriors dugout down the third baseline down there. So hot shot there, but it won't able to get out of the way. Anyway, Albertson's up in the count 1-2 right now. 2 outs. Runner at second.
1-2 pitch is high. Tyree able to climb the ladder and keep it from going to the backstop and advancing the runner. So we got a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Runner at second. So big pitch coming up here from Albertson. And it's fouled away. So the Warriors continue to do what we've said all day, and that is be patient and fight, and also fight off pitches when they're in a clutch situation here.
Yeah, they're tough outs at the plate. I mean, we continue to say that, and they're tough to get out. They make you work for each out that you can get on them.
2-2 pitch.
Ooh, that's got it right
is
there.
Across for strike 3. But now Albertson gets the strikeout. Her second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game, but the damage is done as the Warriors send 9 to the plate and score 5 runs off of 4 hits and a hit batter and a walk. So the Indians trail, but we'll be back with the bottom of the third, and the Indians trailing 5-1 right after this.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
Show your school spirit with our exclusive debit cards. Represent ICC with a special card design you can only get from First American National Bank. You'll show your support every time you use the card. Support ICC with a Spirit debit card from FANB.
And welcome back to Fulton. Sammy Day Jones steps in. Will lead off things here for the Indians, who trail 5-1 as the Warriors did score 5 there in the top of the third. Jones drew a walk in her first at bat and picked up a steal. Collins with the delivery. Lays down the bunt. It's going to be a foul ball. The catcher picked it up right there in the batter's box, or right outside it. I was blocked by the view there, but either way, it is strike 1.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Got to get something started here for the Indians. You got to get people on base. You got to start cutting into this lead. You don't want don't want to go too long. Can't wait too long to start producing some runs. So now's an opportunity to start cutting into the lead at least.
Absolutely, Indians need to start chipping away, and there's a big swing and a miss there by Day Jones, and the count goes to 0-2.
Yeah, had her way out in front of that pitch right there. So wasn't going to catch up with it. That's 0-2 is now the count. So quickly down here is Day Jones.
Looks in for the sign to Collins, and now she leans back, delivers. Ball is outside for ball 1.
Yeah, good eye on the end of Day Jones there.
Seems that 5-run inning kind of seemed to suck the energy out of the Indian dugout, so a hit here could reignite that. Day Jones squares around, hits one right back up the middle. Diving attempt there at second, but was unable to get it, and that's going to go down as a base hit for Day Jones.
Yeah, great job. I think you mentioned it there. Life kind of being sucked out, changed right there, and a base hit does help. Now you get the leadoff batter on for the inning here, Sammy Day Jones, and now you got your number 3, 4 hitters coming up. So huge right here to try to cut into some of this lead there, Lee.
Absolutely big opportunity starting here for the Indians as they're trying to get a rally and cut into that 4-run lead that the Warriors do hold as Smith steps in, 3-hole hitter. She was a strikeout victim her last time up, but does have the potential to do something big here. She watches that first pitch come across for a strike on that outside corner. Not necessarily sure she agreed with the call, but either way, it is 0-1. Collins looks in, takes her time. Reaches back, delivers. Ball high. Take the count to 1-1. Looking over there, Day Jones didn't seem to be getting a very big lead. Didn't know if Coach Ernest may be considering a hit and run here, but with the bad luck we had in the first game on double plays, I'd understand not doing it.
Yeah, and drifts high right there as she tried to take something off of that. Smith's had a tough day today. She's due, Lee. Of course, she K'd in the first inning for us, but also had a K in a fielder's choice and a ground out in the first game. So love to see her light up the bats right here.
Absolutely. As you said, she is due in the 2-1 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. Catcher looked like she was going to do a snap throw over to first, but decided not to.
And she's just waving at the ball right there, and that's not what you want. I mean, she's just kind of – it's like she's so indecisive. She's not sure what's going on as far as she's trying to guess too much, Lee. It's almost like she's up there. I'm trying to predict what pitch is coming. Is it going to be a fastball? Is it going to be an off-speed? Is it going to be whatever? And I think it's in her mind right now, and she's trying to guess, because when you see a type of swing like that, that shows me that the hitter is guessing. Now, what does that show me if I'm Collins? I've got the upper hand.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Brad, apparently Coach Ernest saw the same thing, and she called time, came down and talked to Smith and tried to calm her down and get her right. But we'll see what happens here. The 2-2 pitch is on the way from Collins. Swing out, line drive out to third, and once again, or out to second rather, and once again a unorthodox Little Caesars double play, as they are able to double off Sammy Day Jones at first base. So just unlucky there for the Indians, as Smith did put a good barrel on it, but just right at somebody.
Yeah, right at the second baseman. Great job there by East Central to be positioned and catch that ball and get both outs there. So now that leadoff single by Sammy Day Jones is erased as far as from us having base runners here. So now we go back to no base runners, no one on with Tyree.
That's right, and that first pitch is high and outside for ball one. So the Indians have suffered some bad luck several times today and been doubled off, but maybe that can help give Smiths a little bit more confidence coming in there as she's made contact, saw the pitches as the 1-0 pitches across for strike one. And maybe that just help her next time, her next plate appearance, she can't get a better barrel on it and put it where they ain't. Now Tyree steps in. It was, like I said, 1-1 count. She flew out to right in her first at-bat today, but, of course, had a big RBI double in game one. 1-1 pitch on the way. High changeup for ball one. And, Brad, I don't know if you know, it seems to me that Collins, when she's taking some off of it, here this inning, it's hanging up now. It's not falling in there like it was in the previous two innings, so that could be something in advantage for the Indians here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of those change-up pitches right there, or whenever she takes something off of it, it's drifting high.
Fastball driven out towards first baseman. She knocks it down and is able to step on first to end the inning, as Indians only send 3 batters to the plate after the double play and the ground out. So that'll do it for the third inning. We'll be back with more here on the ICC Sports Network as ICC trails East Central 5-1.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, Roll Tide!
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, you know, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I could go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
And welcome back to Fulton as we head to the top of the fourth inning. Now, who we got coming up here? It'd be the leadoff hitter in Stroud. She is 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a strikeout. As Albertson is in the circle, she took over last inning for Turner, who's now at third. Stroud asked for time and is granted by the home plate umpire. And Brad, you mentioned something in the first game about pitch clock. Well, we definitely don't have that in softball. As the pitchers today are working a little slow here in game 2.
Yeah.
And that ball is inside, but a 4-1. But
yeah, it's definitely a slower paced game here, the second one than the first one. But right now, that's working to advantage of East Central.
Absolutely it is, and that ball's in the dirt. 4-2. It seemed like she might have took a little bit of a swing at it, but must have held up. No, they're going to check it down now, and it says that she did not go.
I think I mentioned that earlier in the day. It's funny that we've got a left-handed hitter here, and you're going to check her swing to an umpire who's down the first base line there, who clearly should have no good view of whether or not she.
Absolutely. That ball's hit out towards third. Turner's going to field it cleanly, throw it over to first to Shaw to complete the 5-3 put out and get a quick out here for the Indians. And that will bring in Phillips. Seems like we've said Phillips' name a lot today, and I think it just goes back to that long at bat she had in game 1.
Yeah, Phillips, she has those quality at bats. She did walk her last at bat for us here in game 2. So she's a tough out.
Absolutely. First pitch across from Albertson is a strike.
You know, one thing we can say about Albertson, I know she gave up some hits there when she came in. She is throwing strikes.
Absolutely. She is coming at them and attacking them and finding the zone. And speaking of which, there's strike 2 quickly ahead, 0-2. So now 0-2. Here's we'll see if we'll have the same trend we've had all day, and that's 0-2 counts turning into full counts. Now it's a 1-2 as that ball is outside.
Huge gap there in between left and center, or left fielder, center fielder. So anything hit that way could be definite trouble and extra bases.
Absolutely. There's a healthy cut for strike 3. That will be Albertson's third Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game.
Number 29, Villar.
That's a big-time strikeout there for Albertson to get the quick second out here in the game. But, Brad, you mentioned the outfielders. It seems our left and right fielders seem to be cheating more towards that line and leaving gaps in bigger gaps there in the alley. So, but there is speed out there, so I'm sure they can close in on those. So it can help cut down, maybe turn what is normally a double in the corner into a single. That's ball 2. Villar steps in, 2-0 count. Now 3-0. Once again, she does lead the league in walks this season.
Bragged on Albertson a while ago, and now she's run the count to 3-0. So battle back.
With the dangerous batter like this, though, sometimes might go back to, it could be one of those, could or could not be one of those intentional, unintentional walks as well. So, because 2 out.
Pitch around her.
Yeah, pitch around her, maybe to get her to chase a little bit, but as we've seen out of Villar today, she doesn't chase a lot of pitches outside the zone. 3-1 pitch on the way. That will be ball 4. And Villar has reached safely in all 3 at-bats, or all 3 plate appearances today with 2 walks and a hit by pitch.
Number 15, Harkins.
So that puts 1 runner on first for the cleanup hitter in Harkins. Harkins reached on a fielder's choice on that diving play last inning by Allie Beckley, and also was a strikeout victim. But a run did score when she reached on a fielder's choice. There's a healthy cut, goes out towards right field.
Foul.
Long strike. Long strike. Loud strike at that. So, Brad, my view was blocked. Did that carry over?
It did.
Over the outfield fence?
It did.
Well, that was a hard hit ball, and fortunately for the Indians and Albertson, it was foul.
Oh, 1 count now. Of course, 2 outs here. We are in the top of the 4th.
Pitch inside. Ball. Hear a little life coming out of one of the dugouts here. There's a big old swinging strike.
Yeah, healthy cut right there, swing and a miss. Got a 1-2 count now. Not a lot of wind blowing out there either. You can see the flags just kind of moving just a little out there, but not a lot of wind blowing currently. Ooh.
Snap throw over to first, not in time.
I don't know how she held off that pitch, Harkins, but great job on her end. Again, showing the patience of those batters there for East Central. Now you got 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Absolutely, and Alverson delivers a 2-2 pitch. High pitch is lifted out towards center field. That's going to be a can of corn there for Sammy Day Jones, who will record the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs, no hits, and 1 walk in the top of the 4th. Now we will head to the bottom with East Central leading 5-1. We'll be back with more here on the ICC Sports Network.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents, not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also a skilled swordsman, a master chef.
Needs more lavender.
A wonder at word games.
2 tries, every time.
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
The slices and the sticks.
All I ever wanted for dinner was pizza, Marcy.
And all I ever asked of you was steaks.
Don't choose. Get Little Caesar slices and steaks. Half pizza, half Italian cheese sticks. And Dane's awake.
Dane.
I smell bacon. End the dinner drama with hot and ready slices and sticks. Or order online for new jalapeno or bacon sticks.
Pizza. Welcome back inside the ICC Alumni and Foundation broadcast booth. Brad Boggs and Lee Adams here. We are entering the bottom of the 4th. Indians trailing 5-1. And Julia Shaw stepping in. She was a strikeout victim in her first at bat and is playing first base today for the Indians.
Yeah, bottom of the 4th here. Indians need to get something brewing. You know, they started out the 3rd inning and lit off with a single and had a prime opportunity to get something brewing, but they're snake bit, like I say, by those unorthodox double plays that we keep running into as that strike 1 across the plate there to Shaw.
Absolutely, Brad. Now, I've been to numerous softball games in my life, and I can't tell you that last time I saw that many double plays that none of them were of your normal variety. His pitch is low, 4-1.
Yeah, it's been tough on them, and it has. And, so, you know, I mean, I could go back to game 1. You know, I think 1 or 2 of them are one that, you know, were caused by base running blunders. But the one that happened last inning, you know, it was just one of those things. I mean, you hit a line shot, you caught, you froze right there, easily gets the out.
Ball high for ball 2. So hopefully Shaw can come in, get something started here with a leadoff hit or walk. Because as the old added thing, leadoff walk's just as good as a hit because they score. If I remember correctly, if I'm quoting Coach Brian Long, head coach at Etowah HS for a long time, they score 80% of the time. So we will see if that's the case. There's a healthy cut for strike 2. So Indians in desperate need of a base runner to get this thing to start chipping away at the East Central lead as they scored 5 in the top of the 3rd to get us to this 5-1 ball game as we are right now. Pitch hit out towards the outfield, and it will fall for a base hit. That's exactly what the Indians needed to start this inning as Shaw reaches first base safely.
Well, again, we got to do something with it, you know, here. And, of course, right now you've got a hot bat coming up to the plate for Indians, Hannah Grace Gillian. She had the big home run this game, the 1 run on the board due to her. And then, of course, last game, as mentioned, she had 2 singles. And did have an RBI the last game, too. So, hot bat for the Indians up here in this situation.
Absolutely, and the Indians definitely needing her bat to stay hot here in this contest. There's a fastball in the outside corner for strike 1.
Well, top of the 9th and start Vegas down there, and Ole Miss up on the Dogs, 7-6. That's ball Ball right there.
Ball one.
Ball one. So 1-1 count here. And the Indians have a runner at first here. No outs. That's ball two. 2-1 count there. Good eye.
Good eye, and as you mentioned, Gillian swinging that hot bat and had that home. The Indians' lone run came off of her bat. Was a solo shot to left field in the bottom of the second. We'd love to see that again, but we'd also just love to see a hitting rally start right here with Gillian with the 2-1 pitch coming from Collins.
Good pitch. Tough pitch right there. It is. They just caught the corner out there, so 2-2 count right there. Let's see. She's got to protect the plate here. Hannah Grace does, and try to put something in play.
Absolutely, and that's a tough pitch to lay off and a tough pitch to hit at the same time. So Hannah Grace in a tough spot there. 2-2 pitch on the way. High brings the count full to 3-2.
Yeah, good eye there. Again, working that count to full, having good quality at bat here. Seeing a lot of pitches up in that pitch count over there for Collins, for East Central. Anything you do to get on base.
Payoff pitch here. Big swing and strike for the third strike and the first out of the inning.
Yeah, big out right there. They had a lot of success getting Hannah Grace out today, and they were able to do that.
Looks like we might be Coach Ernest might be making the change here for the Indians. I don't know if it'll be a runner, hitter, or what change she's making.
It's a runner, I guess.
The runner is Martin.
It will be a run, so Tamaya Martin will come in to run. And now we're also going to have a mound visit. So we will take a quick break and be right back with more here on the ICC Sports Network.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow is what we anticipate, what we work for, what we want to improve. At Itawamba Community College, we offer the courses, pathways, and the training that can help turn your vision of tomorrow into a reality. So why wait? Your tomorrow can start today at Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
And the visit is over. Don't know if Coach was just trying to calm down, talk strategy or what, but either way, Haley Alverson now digs in. She reached on an error earlier in the game and did have a 3-run home run there in the first game. An opportunity to get the ball rolling here for the Indians.
Runner goes.
Runner goes. Martin will get down and is out, caught stealing. And that will be the Indians' second out of the inning now on the steal. So things just continue to not go the way of the Indians here in game 2. So Alverson now, I believe, is a 1-0 count, but I'm not 100% certain on that.
I think you're right.
And it doesn't matter. She lifts one out towards left field, and that's going to be caught. And that will be a 3-up, 3-down frame after the runner was caught stealing and a strikeout and a fly out to left. So that will take us to the top of the 5th with East Central leading 5-1. And we'll be back with more here on the ICC Sports Network.
Your knee is a complex joint with many components, making it vulnerable to a variety of injuries. Some of the most common knee injuries include fractures, dislocations, sprains, and ligament tears. Many knee injuries can successfully be treated with simple measures such as bracing, rehabilitation, and exercise. The other injuries may require surgery to correct. At our injury clinic, we commonly see meniscal tears that occur during sports. Tears in the meniscus can occur when twisting, cutting, pivoting, or being tackled. Meniscal tears may also occur as a result of arthritis or aging. Just an awkward twist when getting up from a chair may be enough to cause a tear if the meniscus has weakened with age. The most common symptoms of meniscus tears are pain, stiffness, swelling, catching or locking of your knee, the sensation of your knee giving way, and if you are not able to move your knee through its full range of motion. The RICE protocol is effective for most sports-related injuries. RICE stands for Rest, Ice, Compression, and Elevation. Remember that at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our story is you.
And welcome back to Fulton. As we head to the top of the fifth, East Central leading 5-1, and Pittman will lead things off for East Central. Taylor Pittman step in now against Haley Alberson, who was able to make quick work of the Warriors last inning with seeing only 4 batters, picking up a strikeout, walking 1, and getting a ground out and a fly out to end the inning as well. So Pittman will step in. She is 0 for 1 on the day, does have a walk, and was a strikeout victim in her last at bat, and was the first batter that Alberson actually faced when she entered the game. Swing and a miss for strike 1 there. One pitch, another big cut, but it will be strike number 2 as Alberson's way ahead here in the count on Pittman.
Yeah, they got battle ahead here for the Indians. You know you can't allow the mode and the mood of the game here to overtake your emotions. Got to stay in it, and one way to do that is to have a quick inning here, as that's ball 1, 1-2 count. Couldn't get her to chase the outside pitch, but got to continue to battle, Lee, and find those bats when you get in there and you have that opportunity.
Alberson looks in. Still looking in. And here's the pitch. And there's a ground ball back up the middle. Sarah Kate Thompson's going to field it cleanly, throw it over to first for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, got the first out of the inning. That's big. Again,
now batting for East Central, number 2.
That's going to bring up Dunbar, who did a lot of damage in her last at bat with that double, that 2 RBI double that she had. That put 2 runs on the board for East Central.
Absolutely, and it gave the Warriors their first lead of the day as well. First pitch in for a strike as Alberson continues to just pound the zone and try to just get ground balls and try to limit any more damage to the score. That one.
No, couldn't get her to go around.
No, a little high and inside on that one as well, so count goes to 1-1 here with 1 out in the top of the 5th. Ball hit out towards short. Allie Beckley's going to field it, throw it over to first, where Shaw will pull it in for out number 2. So Indians make quick work of the first 2 batters, and as they are trying to get a quick inning, as Dr. Poggs there was talking about early on. And hopefully they can do that, but now – the name I always mess up. Baloo. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, but
Baloo. I think that I'm going with Brother Chris because he's smarter than me.
Can confirm. No. Ball hit out towards third base. Turner fields it cleanly, and that is a quick 1-2-3 inning there for the Warriors. So the Indians forced them to go 1-2-3 and keep the score at 5-1, so no damage added to the lead there for the Warriors, but we will head to the bottom of the 5th. ICC still trailing with 8, 9, and 1 coming up next inning. We'll be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of severe vision loss in adults over the age of 50. Symptoms are gradual loss to see objects clearly. Objects appear distorted in shape. Darker empty areas appear in the center of your vision. In a comprehensive eye exam, your optometrist will perform a variety of tests to determine if you have macular degeneration. For questions or concerns, call Cagle Eye Center in Fulton at 862-EYES, providing professional comprehensive eye care to the people of Itawamba County and the surrounding areas. Cagle Eye Center.
And And welcome back to Fulton. We are in the bottom of the fifth here in the ICC Alumni Foundation broadcast booth. Stepping in for the Indians will be Bailey Ware, who reached on a fielder's choice in her only at-bat of the game. First pitch. Ball. So Ware starts ahead here as the Indians are trying to cut into that 4-run lead, as the Warriors did score 5 runs there in the top of the third.
You know, and it just shows you kind of how the good day Collins has had. We're still in our second rotation in the batting lineup as Ware just fouls that one down into the bullpen down there. But we're still in our second rotation. This is only the second time Bailey Ware has been up to the plate today. So 3 hits I think maybe is all that Collins has given up. One of those a home run. But also that goes back to those double plays though too that they've doubled us up on. So. Ball in the dirt.
Absolutely. That's a good point you brought up there, Brad. This is only our Bailey's second at bat, so we've seen a lot of pitches from Collins, but not a lot of batters have seen a lot of pitches. So
no, and to compare that, East Central was on their third rotation. They're almost through their third rotation on us.
Correct. So Bailey Ware needs to try to get something started as she's ahead in the count right now. There's a ball hit.
That's the way to do it right there.
They called a foul ball on that on a dive at third. She appeared to touch it fair from our vantage point.
That's what I was sitting here thinking.
But either way, it will go down as a foul ball. And what a hustle play over there by Meadow Villar, though, to dive at that ball.
Well, anyway, like you say, it's a 2-2 count here, I think, isn't it?
I believe so. There we go. There's a ball 3. The count will go full.
That was close.
Collins takes her stroll behind the mound, comes back up, set, throws.
Ball 4.
That will be ball 4.
There you go. We'll take them anyway. We can get them right now. Runner on base, no outs. We've just got to put the ball in play, not in those situations that's going to now double us up again.
Absolutely. Now that is the Indians' third walk of the game, and they do have 3 hits in the contest. Beckley, of course, has one of the walks in the game in her first at bat today. So another walk would be good, but Indians desperately need a hit here to get a rally started and start cutting into this lead. But, of course, in the circle is Collins, who is going to try everything she can to prevent that. There's the first pitch. It's hit right back at Collins. She's going to field it cleanly, throw it over to first for the out. But Beckley does move Ware up to second. And now we will have a new hitter come into the contest. It's Emma Rose Thompson will step in. Now, Brad, if you could, let's pull up some stats on Emma Rose. I know she's had some big home runs for us this season already, but what is she doing on the season so far?
Emma Rose Thompson thus far has a .286 batting average, .321 on base percentage, .592 slugging. She does have 4 long balls on the year, 15 RBIs, does have 14 hits.
And you'll see her first pitch there. It's a cross for a strike.
I'm going to bring this up, and I don't understand why Collins did not turn around and go for the double play.
I thought the same thing, Brad, but wasn't going to bring it up. But no, I'm with you on that because that ball was hit. It was hit back to her pretty quick. It seemed like she could have had an easy out on the lead runner there with Ware. But at the same time, in this sport, you never know. She could have a mental block throw in the second, like the Cubs used to have a pitcher. He couldn't do a pickoff move to first. So you never can tell in this sport. There's a ball right back up the middle by Thompson. It will get into center field, and Ware will round third. She slides in safely.
And that moves Emma Rose Thompson up to second. So big time right there. Hey, that could be what the spark the Indians needed. You needed a pinch hitter to come in and provide that spark. That was a close play at the plate. Now, don't get me wrong, but she did get under the tag. So great job there by Bailey Ware with her speed to get in and cut this lead down now to 3. East Central ahead 5-2.
Absolutely, and what a big-time clutch hit there by Emma Rose Thompson. Comes in, sees 3 pitches, and delivers an RBI single here with 1 out in the inning. Now, Emma Rose got a little far off second base, forces a throw down there.
I like that. She was forcing a throw down there, and knew she could get back, and hopefully you might produce a bad throw right there, and didn't, but might produce one, and what does that do? Move her up to third.
Absolutely. So Sammy Day Jones comes in. She has a walk and a base hit in the game. A base hit here would help the Indians, of course, as that ball is on the outside for a ball, and the count goes to 1-1.
Yeah, runner in scoring position here still for the Indians. Only 1 out. We are in the bottom of the 5th. My apologies. Good eye.
Good eye, as she did square around the bunt, but pulled it back, of course, as that ball was out of the zone. So, big opportunity here to cut into that lead even more with Emma Rose Thompson out there at second base and Sammy Day Jones at the plate. A hit here could more than likely score a run and cut this down to a 2-run game. Pitch is on the way. She hits it out towards third. It's going through the 6 hole, and Emma Rose kind of stutter steps at third. Throw to the plate. She's going to be there in time, though, and that is going to be an RBI single by Sammy Day Jones, and that will score Emma Rose Thompson to cut the lead to 5-3.
And at big time right there, Lee, it was a single, but it was able to give Sammy Day Jones the opportunity to move up to second.
Absolutely.
On the throw coming in, because they were going for the play at the plate. So Sammy Day Jones was able to move up second. So now we're still sitting here now, 1 out. Another runner in scoring position here at second. Now the Indians have cut the lead to 5-3.
Absolutely, and that is a key hit there by Sammy Day Jones. Of course, it was as Thompson as well. And also that heads-up base running on those throws to the plate to move up to second, pretty much reload. You got another runner in scoring position here. Smith watches the first pitch go across for a strike. Now, Smith is, for lack of a better word, she is due today, as she's been a little bit snake bitten on the day, but did put good barrel on the bat last inning, but it was on a line shot right to the second baseman. So 0-1 pitch is on the way from Collins. It's high 4-1. There's still only 1 out in the ball game in the inning as well.
East Central sending some folks down to the bullpen there to get a little activity going for them.
Collins now comes set, delivers.
Good eye.
Ball is outside for ball 2. So Smith having a good eye there, gets ahead in the count.
Yeah, and that's important because, again, if you're having a tough day at the plate, you're still not coming up there overly aggressive thinking, I'm just trying to swing and I got to produce a hit here. And she's still being patient, watching these balls go by, run the count 2-1.
There's a ball hit back and foul, though, so the count will go even at 2-2. So 2-2 is the count, like I said, and it is 1 out. Sammy Day Jones is at second base, and the DP, Jesse Smith, is batting here for the Indians. Pitch is on the way. It's hit. Back in foul again.
Yeah, good job there. Still battling at the plate, making contact. When you're having a tough day at the plate, that's what's important, is you still sit there and you're making contact and you battle through it. And eventually send that solid ball, put one in play out there that's hopefully going to be a hit.
2-2 pitch now on the way. It's hit out towards the right side. It is past the first baseman. Smith is going to be safe at first. The ball was bobbled into right field, and that would allow Sammy Day Jones to score and cut East Central's lead to 1 at 5-4.
So you're having a tough day at the plate. What does she do? She gets up there, she battles, and battles off those foul those pitches off, and puts one in play in between first and second, drives it out there, and that's a run-producing single there for Jesse Smith. Now, what you'll notice that East Central didn't do that time, Lee, is they did not go for the play at the plate, which means that kept Jessie Smith at first, and did not allow her to advance into scoring position at second.
Absolutely, and that is 3 straight RBI singles here for the Indians as they've cut this down to a 5-4 ball game, and that first pitch is outside for ball 1. So wasn't much life there, didn't seem like, for a long time in this game, or a few innings in this game, but now the Indians have definitely found their life and are starting to swing a hot bat, as East Central's wanting to talk about it here just outside the circle real quick. I'm assuming they might just be buying their bullpen some time. Good strategy there by the Warriors if that is the case. But Collins, I mean, other than pretty much the last 3 batters, Collins has thrown a whale of a ball game here for the Warriors.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. You know, you got a spark from Emma Rose Thompson that came in the game as a pinch hitter, and had that big single right there that drove in the first run, and that's what got it all started. And it takes that sometimes. It just takes changing things up and and to bring you new life.
Absolutely. Now Riley Tyree swings out. That is off the bag at first base for a fair ball. That will be a single, a double.
It's going to be a single.
It's going to be a single, and then that's going to put 2 runners in scoring position.
Yes, it does. Now that was huge right there. A single hit that ball, hit off the first base right over there, and what you had is Smith was going all the way and was headed to third. So that took the throw to third, and she got in, and that allowed Tyree to get there to second and get into second. So that's where we're now. We have two runners in scoring positions with Shaw at the plate.
That's right, and as you said, Shaw does come up to the plate. She is 1 for 2 on the ball game. She had a base hit in her last at bat. And another one here would be huge for the Indians as we have 2 runners in scoring position and possibly could give the Indians the lead here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one here, one down in the outfield here, especially a gapper. And you're talking ICC could get the lead here as time is called by East Central, and we might have a pitching swap here, Lee. I'm going to say we will.
All right, well, we will take a break here as they make a Tommy Morgan Realtor Ricky Murphy call to the bullpen. We'll be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, roll Tribe!
And welcome back to Fulton. And as the Warriors did make that TM Realtor Ricky Murphy call to the bullpen, if you're looking for a new home, please call Ricky Murphy. He's a proud supporter of ICC Athletics, and he will do everything he can to get the deal done. So if you're looking to buy, he'll help you out, but also if you're looking to sell, just call Ricky Dale. And anyway, coming in for the Warriors will be McKinley Evans, who was a starter in Game 1 for the Warriors, and other than a 5-run first inning, Brad, she had a heck of a ball game last game.
And I'm sure that's what their coach is thinking. After that 5-run first inning, I shut them down. Evans did, and so she did, pitch the complete game in Game 1. But there again, no runs were produced after the first inning for the Indians. Now, she comes into a tough situation here, though. Runners at second and third, and these batters, let me rephrase. Now, Shaw did see her because she came in a pinch hit situation the first game. So these batters have seen her before.
Absolutely.
She went around.
She went around on that one. That brings it to 1-1, as it was a 1-0 count when they made the pitching change and called not Shaw, Evans back into the circle. So 1-1 is the count with 1 out and 2 runners in scoring position for the Indians.
You got to capitalize on this if you're the Indians.
Pitch is outside for ball 2.
You're sitting in a prime situation with only 1 out here. Runners at second and third need desperately to get one of these in, hopefully 2.
So the 2-1 pitch now is on the way, and it is inside, and it will go to 3-1. Now, you mentioned Shaw had that at-bat against Evans in the first game, and she had a she had a good hit out to left field that just carried a little bit too much to the left fielder. So she has seen her and has put the bat on the ball. So let's see what she can do here with this 3-1 pitch.
Yeah, this is a hitter's count.
Fouls it back, and the count will go full. So a big pitch coming up here from Evans as the Indians are threatening to take the lead here.
And, if you're Evans, if you're coming into the situation, you got plenty of confidence.
Absolutely.
Well, you do. I mean, there's no reason not to. I mean, even though you got the loss in the first game, you still got plenty of confidence right here because you shut us down after the first inning.
Absolutely. Payoff pitch here. Swing, and
that's foul.
He called foul in the box. I thought that was dangerous for a minute as that thing was just going back and forth on the line and could have resulted in an easy out if Shaw was not running, but it did hit her in the box for a foul ball, so the count remains full. And you can kind of sense the pressure beginning to rise here in both dugouts.
Yeah, and she did a great job of getting a piece of that ball right there. It's still full count to stay alive.
3-2 pitch.
Ooh, can't
called strike 3 for out number 2.
She knew it. You can't take that one. You can't take that on 3-2. Just had her fooled.
Absolutely, and that was a great pitch there for by Evans. But that will bring up Hannah Grace Gillian. So she is 1 for 2 in the game, had a solo home run back in the second inning, and has a big opportunity here with a base hit to either tie the game or give the Indians the lead here.
Yeah, and remember this, Hannah Grace now had 2 singles on her in the first game.
Absolutely. So the potential is there in favor for the Indians. So she has seen Evans and hit Evans. So we'll see what she does here in this at bat. First pitch on the way, outside for ball 1. And now I'm sure Evans remembers those 2 singles from that first game as well. So she might pitch a little more careful here to try to prevent giving up a big hit. But of course, don't want to give up a walk either, as Alberson is on deck for the Indians.
Yeah, they're looking at the pitching charts over there just so they know what to throw to Hannah Grace at this point in time. And right now they have not thrown her anything. That's ball 2 right there, 2-0 count. 2 outs here. Again, bottom of the 5th inning. Indians down 1 run, 5-4. We do have runners at second and third.
Big chance here for the Indians to try to regain the lead here. 2-0 pitch on the way.
Good eye.
Inside, it is 3-0, so assume that Hannah Grace will be taking all the way here. She tries to draw the walk and load the bases. But, of course, 3-0 pitch, you're definitely expecting to see a fastball right down the middle here from Evans to try to get back into this count. She swung at a 3-0 pitch. It goes through the 6-hole, and that's going to score 1. Going to be a play at the plate, and she's going to be in safely. That's Tyree slide in safely to give the Indians a 6-5 lead on a single on a 3-0 count by Hannah Grace Gillian.
I like that call. Hey, she's been hot all day. The bat's been hot. She singled off on her twice in the first game. Coach Ernest gave her the green light on 3-0, knowing that she was going to throw that pitch down the middle. I like the call. I like the gutsy move right there. That's energy. That's life now into the Indians, and the Indians now have taken the lead, 6-5. Runner still at first, 2 outs.
What a big-time play there by Hannah Grace Gillian, and she swung at that 3-0 pitch. You rarely see people swing at that, but it paid off here for the Indians. And Alberson's going to hit one out to first base, and that's going to end the inning. But the damage is done for the Indians as they do score 5 runs of their own here in the bottom of the 5th and take a 6-5 lead over East Central. So we will be back with more of what is now an exciting and tight ball game here in Fulton. We'll be back with more on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
The slices and the sticks.
All I ever wanted for dinner was pizza, Marcy. And all I ever asked of you was steaks.
Don't choose. Get Little Caesar slices and sticks. Half pizza, half Italian cheese sticks. And Dane's awake.
Dane.
I smell bacon.
End the dinner drama with hot and ready slices and sticks. Or order online for new jalapeno or bacon sticks.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back to Fulton, where things have got exciting here as the Indians score 5 runs on 5 hits in the bottom of the 5th. So it's the second 5-run frame of the game, as East Central also had one in the 3rd, but also it's the second 5-run frame for the Indians today as they opened up the game 1 with a 5 spot as well. Now, Haley Alberson remains in the circle here for the Indians, and up to bat is Brian here for the Warriors. And that first pitch is a ball.
Yeah, and you're coming in, hopefully, if you're Alberson and the defense now, you got new life, you got the lead, you got a 6-5 lead, and you should have a different perspective on things. But you got to throw strikes, you know, and again, that's 2-0 count right here. That's ball 2. But, you know, we cannot put runners on base with walks. I mean, the East Central's just, I mean, we can't do it. We know they're a patient team at the plate. They're looking for that right now.
Absolutely. Now, the 2-0 pitch from Alberson's on the way, and it's across 4, strike 1.
You know, and talking with Brother Chris there in between innings, and he's right. You know, we talked about the players and the gutsy plays that they made that last inning for ICC. 2 great gutsy calls by Coach Ernest. Also to put the Indians and give them life right there. You know, 2 changes that she made.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I know I've mentioned it already, but that swinging at that 3-0 pitch was the biggest surprise I have had today. So, and it paid off for the Indians. There's a hit out towards short. Beckley fields it cleanly, throws it over, and Shaw scoops it up over at first for the first out.
Yeah, good job right there, getting that lead off out right there. That's huge. That is huge, Lee. So Anna Grace Showers now comes up. She has struck out 2 times at bat this game. So, you know, there again, you gotta like your chances here, but also you hope that she doesn't break out of the mold here. And she lays a bunt down.
And Alberson fields it and throws it over. That's a good play by Alberson. And also not a bad bunt. I mean, it kind of went right back towards the pitcher, but she is fast, so that was not an easy play.
No, she just kind of a little drag bunt, if you want to call it that, from the because she's from the left side of the plate, and so just drag bunt, and you know that anytime you do that as a left-handed hitter, you got an advantage going to first, so you're ahead right there. So I'm like you, great job, great defense by ICC. Quickly 2 outs here down in the top of the 6th. With Stroud up.
Absolutely. Now, Stroud, first pitch she sees is across for a strike. So Alberson seems to has found her method, her stride here, so to speak, as she has settled in since coming in that big 3rd inning that the Warriors had. Ball hit high and out towards left, and there's a Bailey Ware out there who's going to snag that in and end the inning with a 3-up, 3-down frame, and the Indians lead 6-1 after headed into the bottom of the 6th. So we will be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Show your school spirit with our exclusive debit cards. Represent ICC with a special card design you can only get from First American National Bank. You'll show your support every time you use the card. Support ICC with a Spirit debit card from FANB.
Want to make a good living? Come learn a skill at Max Home. Upholstery trainees start at $15.50 an hour. Our upholsterers average $23 an hour and can make above $28 an hour on production. We're also offering a $500 sign-on bonus to experienced upholsterers. Max Home is hiring for all positions and is willing to train quality people. Max Home makes all their custom-built products in the USA. Join the best, train with the best, be the best. Max Home, Bolton, Mississippi, and Max Home, Sulligent, Alabama.
And welcome back inside the ICC Alumni and Foundation broadcast booth. And guess what, Brad? Same person that led off last inning, leading off this inning again. Bailey Ware's stepping in. She drew a walk that started that 5-run inning last game. So see what she can do. See if she can get things started again here in the bottom of the 6th. Indians, of course, up 6-5. And Evans is in the circle for East Central.
Yeah, I'm going to my working colleague at East Central, Paul Nixon, athletic director, and Lee, I'm going to blame this on you. You've been saying the name wrong. Miss Shantae, I apologize to her family as that's ball 2 right there. Shantae Bolio.
Bolio, we do apologize.
And so she's the second baseman, and we have now made it to the the bottom of the 6th, and we've been mispronouncing it for this long, and my face is red. But that is slaps that one foul. Also, Mr. Nixon, hey, guess what he had here? We had Price Nixon. His nephew was here, and he was a former punter here who's now at University of Louisiana Monroe. So, you know, that's kind of a good shout out. But thanks to Mr. Nixon. Enjoy working alongside him.
Absolutely, and thank you for correcting my mistake on that. As that ball's hit out towards foul territory, Coach Ernest thought about grabbing that and then thought better of it because she realized she didn't have a glove on. But we do apologize.
Blaming things on you, Lee. So it's really me, you know. I'm
perfectly fine. I have been blamed probably for worse things, but we do apologize for getting that name wrong. We will make sure we get it right the rest of the way out. So 2-2 pitch on the way to Ware.
Good eye.
It was a ball. So count goes full.
Producing base runners, because now what we need is some of those insurance runs, and I'll let you tell us who those insurance runs are from.
Well, as always, insurance runs are brought to you by Etowah County State Farm agent and my neighbor, Brandon Poland. Ball's hit out towards third base. Third baseman fields it cleanly and throws over for the out. So that is one out, one quick out here for the Indians. Now Beckley will step in. She has a walk on the day and a ground out. So with one out and one run lead, the Indians could definitely use some of those insurance runs.
Yeah, they'd love to get one across and at least have a 2-run cushion going into the top of the 7th. As Beckley slaps that one foul right there. But it would be definitely helpful. But there again, we'll take anything we can get.
Absolutely. Umpire doing a good job here. That foul ball kind of went off the catcher there. So walked and got the ball, walked out there, give her a little more time just to make sure she's okay. That's a class act there by the umpire. So, but the count is 0-1 here with one out and Allie Beckley at the plate. One pitch from Evans on the way. Hit out towards the left side, but it will have just a little too much spin on it and roll foul to take the count to 0-2. And, of course, smart play there by the third baseman not to even try to pick that up fair because it would be a tough play to get the speedy Beckley at first on that ball.
Yeah, it definitely would have been. So, but Beckley's down the count 0-2 here and against Evans.
And that ball is outside for ball 1.
And I think, let's see, Beckley against Evans in game 1 grounded out twice. No success. Beckley didn't have success against Evans as far as getting a hit in game 1.
That's correct. But now 1-2 pitch on the way. She hits it and it goes foul.
Yeah, trying to slap hit that and just put the ball in play out there and not quite able to do it. Got a piece of the ball out there. 1-2 count. One out now, still here in the bottom of the 6th. Indians clinging on to that 1-run lead, 6-5.
1-2 pitch on the way. It's outside. Take the count even at 2-2.
A good eye for Beckley up there. Got to be patient. We don't want to swing at anything outside the zone. We don't want to give them an out, you know. So, make them work for it.
Absolutely. 2-2 pitch on the way now. She slaps it down towards the pitcher. Goes past her, goes to second baseman. Second baseman picks it up, throws it, and just beats her for out number 2. That was a good play there because Beckley was scooting down the line there and almost beat that throw.
Yeah, now you got Emma Rose Thompson coming up to bat there, Lee, and she's the one that kind of sparked that turnaround in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Indians. And with that RBI single. And so let's see what she can do here. She has not faced Evans on the day.
First pitch she sees is on the outside corner for a strike. But you're right. I mean, she was the first one. She started that rally in the last inning. She got a single, and then it was followed by 3 consecutive singles after her. So that definitely helped spark that rally to give the Indians the lead here as the count goes to 1-1 here with 2 outs. So, of course, the Indians would love to get some insurance run here in the bottom of the inning. As the count's 1-1, 1-1 pitch on the way. Swings, fouled back, take it to 1-2. So, really tight ball game with not much time left for the Warriors as they'll be down to their last 3 outs in the top of the 7th. And but they do have the ability to tie this thing up without question, as they will have 2, 3, and 4 hole hitters coming up. 1-2 pitch on the way, swung on, fisted out to the shortstop who fields it clean and makes the running throw to complete the 3-up, 3-down inning. But the Indians lead 6-5, headed to the final inning. So we will be back with more here on the ICC Sports Network.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Welcome back to the ICC Alumni Foundation broadcast booth. Lee Adams here with Brad Boggs as we have moved into the final inning. Now, the Indians are holding on to a 6-5 lead, but the ever dangerous heart of the lineup for the East Central Warriors is headed to the plate with the 2, 3, and 4 hole hitters coming up. Phillips will lead it off. Villar will then follow, and then Harkins, who picked up an RBI in that big 5-run third inning. So Alberson remains in the circle, and one would assume if we got into any trouble, though, that the Indians would go back to Emily Robinson. But Alberson has pretty much shut down the Warriors since she has taken over. So we're about to see what she can do here. As, like I said, Phillips comes in. Phillips does have a walk and a strike, but she did strike out and flew out in this game. So Brad, getting exciting here and getting down to the nitty-gritty, as they say.
Yeah, definitely so. And so this, like you say, down to their final 3 outs here. But right now they've that one's popped up. Just couldn't find it. That was a tough break right there for Tyree. That was catchable right there and behind home plate back here, but just couldn't find it quick enough to make a play on it. So that's strike 1.
And that's unfortunate for Tyree because that was very catchable, but it's almost one of those cases it wasn't hit high enough to take time to find it. So
no, it's tough. It's tough.
So 0-1 pitch on Alberson on the way. Outside for ball 1.
Yeah, 1-1 count here.
Go 1-1 pitch now from Alberson to Phillips. Phillips watches that one on the outside for ball 2. Looks like there might be a little strategy at play here as Alberson working a little slower than she did last inning. 2-1 pitch now on the way. Big swing there by Phillips to take it to strike 2.
Yeah, couldn't catch up with that one. So big pitch right there by Alberson. 2-2 count now. So count is even. It's popped up. Beckley's under it. Got the first out right there. Big first out of the inning right there. In my opinion, huge out to get Phillips out right there. And you're leading off and got 1 out. Now that does bring up Villar, who has been on base every time this game walks. Base on ball, hit by pitch, base on ball.
This is a difficult coaching situation if it was me, because you don't want her to tie this thing up with her bat, but you also don't want to put her on and put the tie and run on base. Time's called late there by Villar, so
because then you bring the potential winning run to the plate.
Absolutely. So tough situation for Coach Ernest and Coach Hawkins over here. Try to figure it out, but I think they're going to come right at her, but that ball's outside for ball one.
Well, I mean, you got to pitch to her.
Absolutely.
You got to, in my opinion. I mean, you're just in that situation. You've got to pitch to her and then just take your chances here.
1-0 pitch on the way from Alverson.
Strike.
I was going to say, it looked like a strike, but it had that delay call, so I couldn't tell.
I think he's saying she went around, though.
Oh, okay. Hey, either way, it's a strike. Yeah. So 1-1 count here.
Because he was delayed. You're right. It was a delay, and I think he said she went around. Well, I could be wrong. 1-1
pitch now, and that one is low for ball two.
Yeah, laid off that low pitch there. Good job there by Villar. Good eye, and we've talked about her patience at the plate and the walks and that she's accumulated all year just due to simply her patience at the plate. That one's grounded to the second base side and not able to come up with it. That is a clean hit right there. So that'll be a single for Villar. That does put the tying run on and the winning potential winning run. Again, this is the top of the seventh to the plate.
Absolutely, and it looks like the Warriors are going to make a change there on the bases for Villar. We'll see who they bring in. But as right now, though, Emmy Harkins is stepping in, and it looks like number 8, Indra Tanksley, coming in to run. She ran, of course, in the first game as well. But she takes over at first for Villar. And, Brad, you don't ever want to give up a hit, but with Villar, a single might not be the worst hit you could give up in this situation.
No, not with her. You're right. Hey, positive side is we've got a double play situation here, so throw that double play ball, let's end the game.
Absolutely. First pitch is inside for ball one. So, and it's a tight situation here for the Indians as they're trying to close out this victory and pick up the sweep of East Central, but the Warriors are not going to go away quietly as the 1-0 pitch is on the way, and it is on the outside part for ball two, or it's outside for ball two, rather.
Yeah, couldn't frame it in enough to get the call from the umpire. So quickly, Harkins is ahead in the count 2-0.
And that 2-0 pitch from Alverson's on the way. It's outside as well for ball three.
So not going to get that call right there. So 3-0 count.
So things not going the way of the Indians right now in this at bat as it's a 3-0 count. They did not give her the green light on 3-0 as the Indians did earlier, and lucky for the Indians as it is a 3-1 count here with one out. Of course, as Brad mentioned, there's a double play opportunity on a ground ball here. But 3-1 pitch now on the way from Alverson. It's hit out towards left field, and Turner makes a outstanding running catch into foul territory over the shoulder for the second out of the inning, and that puts the Indians 1 out away from ending this thing and picking up the sweep and the comeback victory.
That was a big-time catch right there because it was tough because, like you said, she had to chase that ball into foul territory over here well over her head and made a great running catch there. So excellent job there by Turner.
Alverson delivers first pitch here, and that is a ball. It goes in for a ball, and this is Pittman, I believe. Yes, Pittman is batting here for the Warriors. Now she has drawn a walk, but is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a ground ball. That one's inside for a ball to take it to 2-0. Of course, the Indians would love to see another ground ball here from her, but with that runner at first, got to be careful not to give up something big in the gap because with Tanksley, I don't know how quick Tanksley is, but there's always a chance of them tying that. But that pitch is across for strike one, 2-1 count now to Pittman.
Yeah, way to battle out there by, if you're Alverson, great job there, coming back here. Got 2-1 count.
2-1 pitch now on the way from Alverson, and it is outside. Very close on that corner, but he did not give her the call, and it is a 3-1 count here with 2 outs. Runner at first in the top of the 7th.
Couldn't get her to chase that pitch. It was a good pitch, but couldn't get her to chase it. It was outside.
Ball hit and foul. The count will go full with 2 outs. So, of course, the runner will be moving here. Or I would assume the runner will be moving here.
I would think so.
So that makes this pitch even more dangerous with the runner going. If she puts one in the gap, we could have a tie ball game, ladies and gentlemen. But the pitch is on the way, and it's outside for ball 4.
Ball 4, and this brings up Dunbar here, who doubled and did some damage earlier in the game against us here, and brought in 2 RBIs. So, well, the East Central is going to.
So they're going to have another runner.
Yeah.
I believe that's number 19 or 18. I can't see. And her hair's long, too. 19. So that will be, assuming. If that's 19, Kylie Moore is now running. And now, Brad, you were mentioning Dunbar. She had that 2 RBI double back in the third and was the second batter that Albertson actually faced when she entered the game. So, tight situation here for the Indians as they're looking to close this one out with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. First pitch is hit back up the middle. Goes off the glove of a diving Thompson. Runner hesitates at third, and the ball goes away and goes into the dugout, and that will allow the runner from third to score. And that will give East Central a 7-6 lead. And that's just unfortunate for the Indians there, is that base hit, which looked like they could have had a play maybe at home as she kind of stutter-stepped around third. But unfortunately, when they threw the ball to third, it went into the dugout and allowed the run to score on the error. So East Central now leads 7-6 in the top of the 7th. Time is called. Coach Ernest coming out to talk to the umpire. And that's unfortunate for the Indians, but the Warriors, we knew that Dunbar was
Rob's coming in.
Okay. And but we knew Dunbar was a threat. But yeah, Emily Robinson will now come in to pitch.
Relief pitcher for Itawamba, Robinson.
So as Emily takes her warm-up pitches, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more here on the ICC Sports Network.
The slices and the sticks.
All I ever wanted for dinner was pizza, Marcy. And all I ever asked of you was steaks.
Don't choose. Get Little Caesar slices and sticks. Half pizza, half Italian cheese sticks. And Dane's awake. I smell bacon.
End the dinner drama with hot and ready slices and sticks. Or order online for new jalapeno or bacon sticks.
Pizza.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back inside the ICC Alumni Foundation broadcast booth. East Central now has a 7-6 lead as Emily Robinson has come into pitch and do have a runner at third base as well. So Indians looking to end this and then get out there and try to find a game winner or the tie and run. And the first pitch to Bolio is in for a strike. Bolio did have a triple in that 5-run third inning for the Warriors, but is behind 0-2 in the count here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, good job by Rob to come in and get 2 quick strikes there. So 0-2 count, 2 outs.
0-2 pitch inside for a ball. Robinson gets the sign, 1-2 pitch. On the way here. Outside, takes the count to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at third here in the top of the 7th. Indians looking to get out of this, limit that damage, and keep us at a 1-run ball game.
You got to run at third. Still got to run at third for East Central. So, again, not far away from a 2-run lead there if a hit. That's it.
2-2 pitches across 4, strike 3. So that's a big strikeout there by Emily Robinson, but the damage was done as the Warriors scored 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 error. And they lead it 7-6. We'll be back with the bottom of the 7th right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And from my family, Roll Tide!
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
And welcome back inside the ICC Alumni Foundation broadcast booth. Sammy Day Jones steps in to lead things off for the Indians as they're looking to tie this one back up. Now, Sammy Day, of course, in the 2 hole, so 2, 3, and 4 up for the Indians, who were a big part of that 5-run 5th as well. So Sammy Day Jones comes into this at bat 2 for 2 on the day with a walk and 2 singles and 1 RBI. First pitch she sees is across for a strike from Evans.
Yeah, Sammy Day had a big RBI single, her last at bat, like you were talking about. That was that big inning where the Indians put 5 on the board. She takes ball 1 right there, 1-1 count.
And that's good not to be overly aggressive and swing at that pitch. It's outside the zone.
No, I mean, we need base runners. I mean,
absolutely.
There's no doubt. I mean, you got to have base runners. We're down 7-6, so we got to have base runners.
When that ball's outside, take the count to 2-1. So good patience there by Sammy Day Jones. Is like you said, the Indians definitely in dire need of base runners. So 2-1 pitch on the way from Evans. Out. It looked like it was close. It was a little outside maybe, but she was able to foul it off, and the count goes to 2-2.
Yeah, just got a piece of that pitch out there on the outside part there and fouled it back. So you're right. Count runs to 2-2 now.
Evans looks in. Gets the one she wants. Pitches. It's fouled out of play over the third base dugout. So Day Jones is up here battling and staying alive for the Indians. Evans 2-2 pitch on the way. Low, take the count full. Once again, the Indians able to work into a full count, which they have done a lot this game. And it's paid off pretty well for them thus far and hopefully continues for the Indians.
Yeah, good eye right there on the part of Sammy Day Jones to take that pitch, ball 3.
3-2 pitch. Hits it back up the middle, hops to the pitcher, and Evans throws over to first for the first out. So Indians down to their final 2 outs with Jessie Smith stepping in for the Indians. We said it last inning, she was due for a hit and got one, but Indians in dire need of a hit or a walk to get that tying run on base.
Yeah, she had like you say, RBI single her last at bat. So love to see that trend continue here.
First pitch inside, ball. Just Of course, Smith just needs to be patient, wait for her pitch. Don't get caught chasing anything. One-0 pitch on the way. Hits it out towards the right side, but it is a line out to the second baseman, and the Indians are down to their final out here in game 2.
Number 30, the catcher, Riley Tyree.
And now Riley Tyree will step up. She is 1 for 3 in the ball game. Had a single in her last at bat. Tyree did enter the game today with a .392 batting average and 34 RBI and 12 doubles, but she did pick up her 13th in the first game, and a double here would be big for the Indians as well. That first pitch is across for a strike, though.
Yeah, Evans doing a good job again, coming in relief and quieting down the Indian bats.
Absolutely. Now the 0-1 pitch on the way. Big, healthy cut by Tyree, but swing and a miss for strike 2.
Yeah, down to your last strike now. 2 outs, 2 strikes. Indians down 7-6 here, bottom of the 7th inning, last opportunity.
Evans looks in. 0-2 pitch on the way. It's outside for a ball. The Tyree, good discipline not to chase that 0-2 pitch outside.
Yeah, good pitch by Evans right there. See if you can get her to chase something. She didn't. Had good patience at the plate. So, again, 1-2 count.
Pitch on the way. Hits it out towards the left side. Foul ball.
Yeah, fouls that one off down the third base side. Kind of in on the hands there a little bit, but she was able to battle it off there and continue to stay alive at the plate. 1-2 count still.
Evans looks in. Tyree staring down, pulls the bat back. Outside, takes it to 2-2 once again. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Indians in dire need of a base runner to try to tie this thing up and force extra innings or to get the walk-off winner. Right now, need any more than anything, just need a base runner here for the Indians. Tyree looks on, 2-2 pitch, swing, fouls it off down the third base line and out of play.
Yeah, coming inside again on the hands there and able to battle it off, fight that pitch off again, and still stay alive. It is a 2-2 count again on Tyree.
Tyree digs in. Evans looks in for a sign. Gets what she likes. Delivers. The ball's hit out towards the right side and will be foul as well. So Tyree is battling up there to try not to be the last out here for the Indians.
Yeah, staying alive up there. That pitch right there kind of was on the outside part of the plate. She'd been coming inside on her, and she was battling those off, and then that one on the outside part there, and she was able to get a piece of it and foul it off out there over the first base side dugout. So time was called due to a player needing to tie her shoes, so
gotcha.
Back in play here.
The wind has started blowing again as well as the 2-2 pitch is on the way. She's hit out towards center field. Center fielder's going to track it down, though, and that is going to do it. The East Central Warriors hold the Indians off in the bottom of the 7th after scoring 2 runs in the top of the 7th to pick up the 7-6 win and earn the split of the doubleheader today. Now, Brad, we'll just go ahead and get into our Renaissance Bank post-game report. And, just a tough loss here for the Indians. You were able to put up a five runs there in the 5th and take that 1-run lead and thought you could have had it in your hands, but then an error in everything there in that top of the 7th that helped allow that second run, the game-winning run to score. Just a tough break for the Indians.
Yeah, definitely tough breaks for the Indians, but they didn't do everything that they could do, in my opinion, to win the game. The East Central, to their credit, great pitching. Evans came in and just followed suit with what she did in the first game with us. Again, Evans had our number beyond the first inning of game one. She had our number and was able to shut us down, and surprisingly they didn't go to her quicker. But, because she did a fantastic job on us. But Collins did a good job in this game as well. Held the Indians to 1 run through 4 innings, and that's when we were able to tack on the 5 runs in that 5th inning. But tough loss for the Indians because, yes, you're going into the top of the 7th with 2 outs, and you just got to get 1 more, and you win the game. And there again, couldn't get that. So, and I think Brother Chris handed me something here. I was reading 4 walks, had 2 hit by pitch. All the walks that we did put on, they did score, and so they did get across. And so that's another excellent point of view right there, Brother Chris, that you're exactly right. We know walks hurt us, and all our base on balls, good point, Brother Chris, they all scored. So you're talking, you had 4 walks total. You're right. So that's a lot of runs there, Lee. So again, tough day for the Indians. Good job by East Central. Kudos to them and their staff. They've done a good job. They did a great job to battle back and get this split. I know that's going to make for an easier ride back to Decatur tonight for them. But congratulations to them, the Warriors, on their victory here in Game 2 to earn that split.
Absolutely. We'll go into our real quickly our Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi game recap. Now, the Indians did take an early lead there in the 2nd inning as Hannah Grace Gillian hit a solo home run, but then the Warriors answered in the top of the 3rd with a 5-run inning, where highlighted by a Dunbar 2-run double, a Bolio triple that scored a run, and Bryan singling in a run as well. But in that bottom of the 5th, the Indians were able to put up a 5 spot of their own as Emma Rose Thompson had an RBI single, Sammy Day Jones and Jessie Smith also had RBI singles, and Gillian had a 2-run scoring single on with a 3-0 count. However, in the top of the 7th, the Indians, as Brad mentioned, they had 2 outs and were 1 out away from securing the win and the sweep. But a base hit and then an error that went into the dugout allowed 2 runs to score instead of just the tying run, and therefore that proved to be the difference in the ballgame. Now, East Central scored 7 runs in the game on 6 hits, while the Indians scored 6 on 8 hits. So either way, it was a good ball game, just didn't go in favor of the Indians, and we do wish a safe travels back to Decatur for the East Central Warriors, and we do appreciate everybody tuning in. I'd like to say thank you to Brad Boggs for helping with the color commentary and just doing a fantastic job all day. CJ Adams for showing up and helping take pictures of the game as well. And I am Lee Adams, and we do say thank you for joining us today. And our next broadcast, once again, will be Tuesday, baseball here against East Central. And that's who we played. That's who we play tomorrow in baseball at East Central. We play Mississippi Delta here next Tuesday, and the Indian softball team will head to Mississippi Delta Tuesday as well. So for everyone here at ICC, we hope you have a great weekend, and roll Tribe.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars in Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, Davis Ford, First American National Bank, TM Realtor Agent Ricky Murphy, Max Home, the ICC Baptist Student Union, Cagle Eye Center, Bank Okolona, Sam's Town Market in Mantachie, State Farm Insurance Agent Brandon Poland, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association, and donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you.